People can be tough to figure out sometimes, and every now and then they can be downright scary. Kirsty had just gotten home from a long day at work when something immediately felt off. She'd been texting her close friend and coworker Richard like she usually did, but suddenly, silence. No replies, not even a read receipt. Now, Richard wasn't the kind of guy to just go off the grid. He was always quick to respond, even if it was just a thumbs up emoji. So when nearly a full day went by, 20 hours with nothing, Kirsty's gut told her something wasn't right. She didn't wait around. Worried sick, she called the police and asked them to do a welfare check at Richard's place. But when they got there, no one came to the door. Still feeling uneasy, Kirsty came back the next day, this time with Richard's family in tow. That's when things got even weirder.
The ones that called.
Yeah, that's my assumption. The whole family here, huh?
Yeah, father-in-law, mother,
Sister?
his sister.
So are you gonna go and see?
Well, no, we have
No,
to.
you guys are gonna go
He
and
just
see.
has to stay. They don't have.
Hang out here with the officer.
So what's the story? Besides what I got was you guys don't like the roommate, or there's some problems with the roommate because he has mental health issues, and you haven't heard from your brother in a day?
Last I heard from him was last night, and the only reason it's a concern is because his roommate is currently mentally unstable and brought an unregistered firearm with him a few days ago.
Okay.
And they had some kind of conflict over the weekend because he was trying to get him to move out.
And then you haven't heard from him since last night. And no call, no show to work.
Cool. So you got the key? What's her name?
Richard's roommate Nicholas met them at the door, but this behavior was seriously off. He was jittery, cagey, and oddly insistent that nobody go upstairs. Red Flag City.
No, I haven't really seen him lately. He said he was going to be doing some camping and stuff, and he just wants to get away for a while. So, yeah.
That's super weird. He told me he was going to be home today. He might be sleeping. You mind if I check his bedroom?
Actually, if you want to check his bedroom, I suppose you should. You could, but...
Yeah, he might be sleeping,
Yeah, so cool. Please, come on in.
Great.
I was really hoping to get some sleep just now, but that is not what's going on. So.
Sorry, we'll be out of your hair shortly.
Oh.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, this is all their family. They're just worried about him.
Yeah.
If you want to come out, I'll give you the details.
Actually, that's probably okay. I could probably... This is probably not a good idea.
Well, they're just going to go check his room. It's all good.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
I appreciate it, yeah.
not do. I think maybe if we could just come outside and talk for a minute here, I would appreciate that. If we could just do that. Do you guys happen to have a smoke on you? Because I haven't had a cigarette.
I can go check my car, but...
Here's the backstory. Nicholas had been living with Richard for about a year. Richard had taken him in during a rough patch, trying to help a friend get back on his feet. But now the good deed had taken a dark turn. The more Kirsty and Richard's family pushed, the more obvious it became that something was very wrong.
You can come with me, because they're going to go inside and look for their brother, their family member. They have a key to get in, so...
Yeah.
Yep.
That's probably not the best idea.
No, that's a good idea.
Check on the cat too.
Oh,
Yep.
yes. Actually, the cat does need her medication and stuff. Are you familiar with her medication?
Yeah, Rip, you're going to just leave with that.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do that real quick. Come on in. Get the... No, don't.
Hey, sir, what's your name?
Nicholas Van Cleve. Yeah, don't go in there. Definitely not a good idea.
Don't go where?
Nowhere. Can we go ahead and... Oh, yes, that's a... Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, can... She's up... No, go up there. No.
They're going to go check on their family member.
Oh, yeah. So
here, let's go get you, see if we can find you a cigarette.
yeah, let's go get a smoke, but... Joe...
You and I are going to go to smoke. Come on, let's go, man.
Actually, I would actually like 3 smokes and stuff.
Well, if I find some, I'll give you some.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now.
Come on, dude. Come on.
When the police got further involved, the disturbing truth started to come out. What they found inside the house was horrifying, enough to put Nicholas in handcuffs right then and there.
We found a bag in the bathtub upstairs with bloody, I'm not sure, something.
Okay. Did you find your family member?
There is a common bathroom upstairs, but there's
Nothing in that one.
In the master bathroom.
In the master bathroom, that's
there's
his bedroom.
2 white trash bags coated in what I would assume is blood. Heavier, I just picked it up by the edge with this hand, but heavier than, I'd say, 25 pounds of sugar, and one of the bags had what I would...
Did you open them up?
I tried to, but there's like bags within bags. So there was more red blood on those, but one of the bags was kind of protruding out, or something ripped out, which I would assume as well. And then there's blood on the living room floor, and smeared, dried, like attempted.
Chris, you are under arrest. Just stay seated. Okay, we're gonna grab your hands and put them behind your back.
I'd rather you just. I'd rather.
Come on, man.
I'm not trying to think. You not. Wait. I know. Time. What is?
We're gonna have you talk to our detectives.
Why we have so many people around me?
How many people we got here right now? So we're gonna take you back to our station, have you talk to detectives. We're gonna advise you of your rights real quick. Okay.
Good.
He was arrested on a serious charge, with bail set at a staggering $2 million. A court date was locked in, but the damage was already done. Everyone who knew Richard was left shaken, especially Christy. She had opened her heart and home to someone she thought was trustworthy, and that's the part that sticks with you. Because if you can't trust someone you've known for years, then who can you really trust? So get this, there's been a serial cat killer on the loose in California, and people have not been taking it lightly.
What happened here is all these people are very angry at this guy and protesting because he is known as the cat serial killer.
After weeks of fear, heartbreak, and outrage in the neighborhood, authorities finally caught the person believed to be behind the cruel attacks.
Police say this is Acosta next to a white pickup truck, luring a cat with food, and then when a cat approaches, he puts his foot on the cat and applies pressure.
You think that would bring some relief, right? Well, not exactly. Shortly after the suspect was taken into custody, he was released on bail. Yep, bailed out. And that's when things really blew up. Because let's be real, when someone goes after innocent animals in that way, it raises serious red flags. It's not just about pets, it's about public safety too.
Hey, Edgar, so what's happening here is all these people are very angry at this guy and protesting because he is known as the cat serial killer. Last week, the police did a search at his house. They found 12 cat carcasses. He was arrested for felony animal abuse, but was released on bail. You can understand why people are very angry. He should be locked up with no bail.
Right now, the biggest question hanging in the air is, how could someone accused of something so disturbing be allowed to walk free, even temporarily? This is the terrifying moment when a heated argument at a traffic light spiraled into something absolutely tragic.
And there's people shot right now. Somebody just got shot.
What started as just words between two vehicles quickly turned into a nightmare, and all of it happened in the blink of an eye. It went down in Panama City, Florida. A red SUV and a gray pickup truck were both stopped at a light when the folks inside started exchanging words. Witnesses say it began as a verbal argument, but things got physical for a brief moment before the red SUV pulled away, probably trying to defuse the situation. But instead of letting it go, the pickup truck followed. That's when things took a deadly turn. As the pickup drove alongside the SUV, the man in the passenger seat reportedly pulled out a handgun and made a chilling threat. Then, out of nowhere, 11 gunshots rang out.
Oh my gosh.
The chaos that followed was heartbreaking. 2 people inside the SUV were hit. The gray pickup sped off into the distance, vanishing as sirens began to wail.
Just hold pressure on it. Don't move her. No,
They're trying to perform CPR. Okay. Looks like somebody's on the ground.
Inside the red SUV was a woman who was just out celebrating her 48th birthday with her family. That woman, MYUU Lewis, was the driver. She didn't survive. Her daughter, Mary Lee, was critically injured in the shooting and remains hospitalized. She's on a ventilator, unable to speak or move her right arm, but she's able to communicate with her family in small ways.
She is still on the ventilator. She can communicate with me, but she just is not. She's unable to speak, unable to use her right arm.
The man accused of pulling the trigger has been identified as Jubal Simmons. He's now facing a murder charge. The driver of the gray pickup has also been arrested and is facing charges for trying to flee from police. In the wake of this tragedy, the family has launched a GoFundMe campaign to help cover both funeral costs and mounting medical bills. What was supposed to be a joyful birthday outing turned into a devastating loss, one that never should have happened.
Well, it could be the upper arm or a leg.
Well, there's 3. There, and there.
Imagine walking into your teenage son's room to clean up, only to find a human head hidden in his closet. That's not a horror movie plot. It's exactly what happened to a Colorado mom in 2021. She made a frantic 911 call, shaking and barely able to speak. Within minutes, officers rushed to the house, and what they uncovered inside will leave the entire country speechless. This is the chilling story of Brian Coey, the 19-year-old who murdered a homeless man, dismembered the body, and stored the parts in his own bedroom, while his parents lived just down the hall.
Reminded you of violence because it came from the Halloween movie? Yeah, it was Karen the brand. Yeah, it's a jumpsuit.
It started like any other day for Terry Coey, Brian's mom. She went into his room to tidy up.
So we have the car towed back to the address, and of course with the battery being wet, nothing was operating. And so my husband was cleaning out the car because he was going to take it into Scotty.
But when she opened a Rubbermaid container in his closet, something wasn't right. She saw a plastic bag, heavy, covered in maggots. She picked it up, curious and horrified. She rushed it to the sink and opened just one layer of the bag before stopping dead in her tracks. Inside was a human head. Terry called her husband. He checked Brian's car. The glove box was full of water, and inside was a massive knife. That's when they called 911. That's when the nightmare truly began.
Well, it could be the upper arm or a leg.
Well, there's 3. There, and there.
Police quickly brought Brian in for questioning. The victim was 69-year-old Warren Barnes, a kind, gentle, homeless man who spent his days reading paperbacks outside a bridal shop in Grand Junction. Locals called him the reading man. He was known, he was loved, but to Brian, Warren was a target. In Brian's own words, "I always wondered what murder would feel like." Brian had been planning the murder for 6 months. He picked a homeless victim, believing no one would care or notice if they went missing. On the night of February 27th, 2021, he saw Warren sleeping under a bridge and decided that was the moment. Brian said the full moon gave him good visibility. He put on 3 layers of gloves, crept up to the sleeping man, and stabbed him repeatedly in the neck. He described making animal-like growling noises as he killed him, and if that's not disturbing enough, he told police he actually enjoyed reliving the murder as he explained it to them.
Cooperate? I am going to cooperate.
Okay, so parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
2007 Ford 500, and I keep a small 18-inch bat in there for self-defense and a large kitchen knife.
And how did you get here?
I murdered someone.
Okay.
After Warren was dead, Brian dragged the body to his car, drove it home, and began to dismember him. He placed the head and hands in bags, then stashed them in his closet like old clothes. Other body parts were found in the freezer and even flushed down the plumbing. He attempted to sink his car with the rest of the remains inside by rolling it into the Colorado River, but the car didn't fully submerge. That failed stunt helped police track him down and connect the dots quickly. In court, Brian showed no emotion. Even as Warren's friends and family stood up, one after the other, describing their heartbreak. Warren wasn't just a homeless man. He was kind, he shared his food with birds, he helped small businesses move boxes. He wished strangers a good day and softly responded with, "And you also." The judge gave Brian life in prison without the possibility of parole, the mandatory sentence for first-degree murder in Colorado. Brian's mother, Terry, sobbed in court. She said she'd always known something was off about her son. He'd been diagnosed with major depressive disorder, ADHD, and autism spectrum disorder. In middle school, his nickname was Dahmer, after Jeffrey Dahmer. She thought he was fascinated with crime scenes because he wanted to become a forensic investigator. She never imagined he was training himself to kill. A memorial now stands where Warren used to sit, a metal sculpture of his chair and a stack of books. One of the book spines reads, "And you also." It's a tribute to a gentleman who never hurt anyone, and a sobering reminder what can happen when darkness goes unchecked in the most unexpected places, even in our own homes. It was just another busy day at Orlando International Airport, families hurrying to their gates, flight announcements echoing through the terminal. But inside a quiet women's restroom, something unthinkable was waiting to be discovered. Cleaning staff unlocked a bathroom stall and froze. There, lying lifeless on the floor, was a small dog. No leash, no food, no water. Just a heartbreaking, motionless body. The stall had been locked from the outside. Whoever left the dog there left it to die. That's when the airport security team sprang into action. They pulled surveillance footage and began piecing together what had happened. Cameras showed a woman walking through the terminal earlier that day with a dog on a leash. She appeared flustered, anxious. The woman was later identified as 57-year-old Allison Agatha Lawrence. Video showed her going into the restroom with the dog, but leaving without it. That was the last time anyone saw the dog alive. A necropsy would later confirm what many feared. The dog died from neglect. It had suffered in the heat with no ventilation, no water, and no one to help. It likely panicked, confused, and scared in its final moments.
That's just, I don't know, it's despicable. I don't know how that can process in somebody's head and think that's okay.
But we did talk about the lady and the dog just last week, wondering why she hasn't been out walking her dog.
Investigators described it as a slow, painful death. Lawrence was eventually tracked down. She had boarded a flight and left the airport without ever mentioning the dog. When questioned by police, her answers were erratic. She told investigators she believed she was being followed, that someone was chasing her, and she left the dog behind out of fear. But law enforcement didn't buy that explanation. They believed she knew exactly what she was doing.
No one was at Lawrence's home today to answer questions, but her sister spoke with us yesterday, claiming Lawrence wasn't home and didn't have a working phone number. Is there anything you want to tell us?
No, ma'am. I don't know anything about it, so no.
Do you know why she drowned her dog? That's what police are saying. So.
That's police.
The state charged her with aggravated animal cruelty, a third-degree felony. That means she could face up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. The case sparked outrage online and in the community. Animal welfare advocates were furious, calling for harsher penalties in cases of deliberate neglect. Airport officials called it a tragedy that should have never happened. People who knew the dog or even just saw the photos couldn't believe such cruelty had taken place in a public space, and the calmness with which Lawrence left the airport as if nothing had happened made the situation all the more chilling. There are still unanswered questions. Why bring the dog to the airport at all? Was this a planned act or the result of a deeper mental health crisis? Authorities are still working through those details, but one thing is certain: the small life lost in that restroom stall didn't go unnoticed. That dog had value. It deserved love, protection, and care, and the justice system is now making sure someone is held accountable for betraying that trust. Volcanic eruptions have shaped the Earth throughout history, leaving behind unimaginable destruction and even causing mass extinctions. In 2019, this destructive force was unleashed again. Stephanie Brown was on vacation in New Zealand with her father Paul and sister Crystal, cruising on the Ovation of the Seas, a Royal Caribbean ship. They docked at White Island, one of the country's most active volcanoes, a literal island volcano. The island felt like something out of another world, with towering great rocks and clouds of steam rising from hot springs. In the center was a massive crater filled with a steaming acidic lake. Tour guides took visitors there before leading them back to the shore. By this time, Stephanie and her family were enjoying the experience. They just started walking away from the crater when Stephanie paused to snap a photo. That's when she noticed black smoke rising from the lake. Moments later, she heard a tour guide shout, "Run!" At 2:11 p.m., the volcano erupted. A massive shockwave knocked people to the ground as an acidic cloud of poisonous gas, boiling water and ash, shot 12,000 feet into the air. In seconds, almost everyone was engulfed in scorching smoke. The island turned into an oven, and those closest to the lake were killed instantly. Stephanie could barely breathe, overwhelmed by the heat and toxic fumes. Time seemed to stand still until the smoke began to lift. revealing the full scale of the disaster. Stephanie and her family needed immediate medical attention. She suffered third-degree burns over 70% of her body and received skin grafts from 12 different people. Tragically, both Crystal and Paul died from their injuries. Out of the 47 people on the island, 22 lost their lives in the eruption. The survivors faced a grueling recovery process. Stephanie later spoke about her experience on 60 Minutes, honoring her sister and father and adjusting to life after the tragedy. She pushed forward, not just for herself, but for her mother, father, and sister.
I pushed forward not only for myself, but for my mum, my dad, and my sister.
She also took legal action against Royal Caribbean, claiming they didn't adequately warn her and others about the dangerous volcanic activity. Just a week before, boiling mud had been seen shooting nearly 100 feet into the air, but this information wasn't shared with tourists. Royal Caribbean eventually settled with Stephanie for an undisclosed amount, and all visits to White Island were suspended. Today, the incident serves as a chilling reminder of the dangers of volcanic eruptions, raising the question, which volcano will be next? In the afternoon of the tragedy, Ellen had taken 5 of her 6 children to the community pool at MacArthur Place Apartments in Dallas for a day of swimming and bonding. She was reportedly playing with her 2 youngest children in the shallow end, while her 3 older kids were swimming deeper. Suddenly, the 3 older children slipped under the murky water. As a certified nurse and mother, Ellen screamed for help, but it was too late.
Is this the 2300 block?
Right there, he right there. Yeah, he in the water. He in the water. He right there in the... Oh.
Sir, tell me what's going on, please.
He in the water. He ain't moving. He in the water. Down low. Drowning. Need police. ASAP.
Okay, stay with me, okay?
Okay.
Irving Fire Department.
Look, we in Oak Village. It's a girl that's drowning in the water. We don't know if she will, we don't know if she ain't, but we need somebody here right now.
She did what?
Oak Village in the pool. On MacArthur.
She drove into the water?
No, fire department, I think they're saying there's a child that drowned. Fire department, I think it's going to be 2302 leasing office, 2302 North MacArthur.
It's 3426 North MacArthur Boulevard.
3426?
Yes, and there's 2 others down in the bottom of the pool. We just got one of them out, but she's not responding.
3426. All right, I've got another call at 2346. Is that...
20, yeah, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm turning the numbers around. 2346.
There's one that's pulled out and there's 2 more in the pool?
Yes. Yes, we can't see, but we're touching it. We're touching with the pole.
Okay, so there's a total of 3 kids.
Yeah, they brought another one up. There's another one. There's another one missing. Oh my God, 2 kids, but they're not breathing though.
All right, does anybody there know CPR?
Yes, the mom's trying to, but she's going crazy, of course.
Okay, we need to see if we can't start CPR on these children. How many children?
Right now, there's 2 out of the pool. There's 1 missing, and underneath all three of her kids.
All 3 of her children?
Yes.
Do we know where the 3rd one is?
On the bottom of the pool.
Is in the bottom of the pool? Is there somebody going after?
I think that 2 of the employees jumped in, tried to get them out.
Okay, so there's 3 children, and all 3 of them are unconscious?
Yes, there's 2 outside, and there's 1 more missing.
By the time emergency medical services EMS arrived, Ellen's 10-year-old daughter, August Smith, had already passed away at Children's Medical Center, Dallas. The other 2 children, Trayshawn and Anthony, were rushed to the hospital but sadly died the following day. In the aftermath, Ellen was arrested a month later, and her surviving 3 children were placed into foster care. The eldest child was 17 at the time. In 2019, a plea deal was reached where Ellen's charge was reduced to negligence and she avoided jail time. She was given 2 years of deferred adjudication probation, meaning that if she met all the conditions, she wouldn't serve time in prison. Throughout the investigation, rumors about Ellen's actions spread, damaging her reputation. Some witnesses claimed she was using her phone during the incident, but the investigation revealed that no calls or texts were sent from her phone, and surveillance footage showed her desperately trying to locate her children in the murky water. Ellen, now 34, expressed relief after the plea deal, as it allowed her to focus on regaining custody of her children. In a separate incident, Wendy Lavarnia called 911 in March 2017, reporting that her 2-year-old son had gotten a hold of a loaded gun and accidentally shot her 9-year-old son, Landon, in the head. Wendy recounted the tragic event during the call, explaining that she had left the gun on the bed and then realized her son could reach it. She attempted to apply pressure to the wound while waiting for help, but tragically Landon's injuries were fatal.
Tell me what the emergency is. Slowly.
My son, he is 9 years old. He was shot in the head.
Okay. How did that?
He is 9 years old. My day brother. I got my gun down. I was on the bed like an idiot. And 9 years old. I didn't think he could fire it, and he shot it. And then I saw him standing up and playing a video game, and it shot him in the back of his head.
Okay. Listen.
We're on the way as well.
Thank you, Petey. Is he breathing? What I want you to do is get a dry, clean cloth, put direct pressure to the wound, okay? Okay, what caliber weapon was it?
A 9mm.
A 9mm handgun? All right, ma'am. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, put direct pressure to the wound. Try to control the bleeding. Is he still awake? Ma'am, I can't hear you. I don't know if you're away from the phone or if you put it...
No, I'm putting it to my... I'm putting it in my ear, my head in my ear. Okay, his little lips are turning a little blue, but his eyes are a little open. He's not responding though.
Okay, what I want you to do is just get a dry, clean cloth, put direct pressure on the wound. We need to control the bleeding. Now, put your ear to his mouth. Is he breathing?
I think so.
Okay, and he wasn't holding the gun when it happened, correct?
No, he wasn't holding the gun. My 2-year-old kid.
Okay. And it's a 2-year-old boy that picked it up?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll be there shortly.
Wendy and her husband, Kansas, were charged with murder after the investigation. Police body cam footage captures a tense disagreement between Lindsay Shiver and her estranged husband Robert, which led to her arrest in the Bahamas for allegedly ordering a hit on him. The incident began when Lindsay changed her travel plans at the last minute, deciding to board the family's private plane to the Bahamas instead of meeting up with her lover, as Robert claimed. 5 days later, she was arrested in connection with a plot to kill Robert. The footage shows police arriving at a mansion in Georgia where the couple's dispute was unfolding.
We have filed for divorce.
Okay.
Living in the same house. It's hell on earth, as you can imagine. Just got super aggressive, and that's when I called immediately because he's been physical before, and I'm just not doing that.
So are you just wanting to leave? Or is he supposed to be going with you?
Yeah, we're supposed to be going with our kid.
Lindsay, a former beauty queen, called the cops, claiming that Robert had pushed her while they were packing for the flight. She accused him of being physically aggressive, which was a recurring issue in their relationship, and she said she wasn't going to tolerate it anymore. When asked if she still wanted to leave, she confirmed that she planned to go on the trip with her children. Robert, however, insisted that she was trying to change her plans to meet her boyfriend instead of traveling with him and the kids. He told officers that the couple was separated and in the process of getting a divorce.
She sent a message saying that she's going to change her plans and now get on the airplane with me and the kids to go to the Bahamas. She's going to go to her boyfriend, and me and the kids are going to our house.
As the officers discussed the bizarre situation, they were puzzled by the idea of a couple still planning to go on vacation together despite their separation.
Why are you filed for divorce and going to go on vacation together? I mean, that's not something that we can work out.
No arrest was made during the encounter and the officers left the scene. However, 5 days later, Lindsay and her boyfriend were arrested in the Bahamas. Prosecutors alleged that she had texted her boyfriend saying, "Kill him." Both Lindsay and her boyfriend deny any plot to harm Robert. Lindsay claimed she was simply venting during a difficult divorce and the text wasn't meant to be taken seriously. Lindsay must remain in the Bahamas until her trial.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have main engine start, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
The Challenger, NASA's 25th Space Shuttle mission, launched on January 28, 1986, as a major spectacle. It was watched live by countless people and had a crew of 7, including Krista McAuliffe, a teacher from Concord, New Hampshire. Krista was part of the Teacher in Space project and was selected from 11,000 applicants to be the first civilian in space. Her inclusion brought significant media attention, and schools across the country broadcasted the launch for students to watch.
The president said the first private citizen is going to be a teacher. I remember Steve saying, well, you've got to apply. This would be wonderful.
Did you think you had even a prayer?
I really didn't. I was almost doing it kind of like when you play the lottery. If you don't play it, you don't win.
That cold winter day, many of the crew's friends and family, including Krista's parents and her backup, Barbara Morgan, were present at the launch. What started as an exciting moment quickly turned into a nightmare.
The picture you were just seeing is Christy McAuliffe's parents, watching in horror. These are the students from her school.
So I get down.
They may not realize yet what has happened. You see concern etched on their faces, the breath that they've been holding released, and then the realization sets in that something is wrong.
Just 73 seconds into the flight at an altitude of 46,000 feet, the shuttle broke apart, scattering debris across the area for over an hour. The entire crew tragically lost their lives. What should have been a proud historic moment became a heartbreaking disaster. The wreckage was recovered, including the crew's cabin, which remained mostly intact during the breakup, suggesting that the crew might have survived the initial destruction. However, upon impact with the ocean, it became impossible to determine exactly how they passed. NASA believes the crew likely succumbed to oxygen deprivation or the force of the impact. The final words from the crew were a chilling "uh-oh," spoken by pilot Michael Smith just before the shuttle broke apart. After this, all data was lost. Evidence retrieved from the cabin's wreckage indicated that at least 3 emergency air packs were activated, which raises the disturbing possibility that some of the crew may have been conscious as the cabin fell. The cause of the disaster was ultimately traced to a leak in one of the solid rocket boosters, which ignited the main fuel tank. The O-rings, which were meant to prevent such leaks, failed due to the cold temperatures that day. Had it been warmer, the incident likely wouldn't have happened. Even more tragically, NASA engineers had voiced concerns about the O-rings' reliability for over 2 years, warning that it could be a major issue. They even pushed to delay the launch the night before due to the cold weather, but their warnings were ignored. Had the engineers been listened to, the 7 lives could have been saved. In response to the disaster, NASA implemented stricter safety protocols and made significant changes to its safety oversight. However, the media coverage, the excitement around Krista McAuliffe being the first civilian in space, and the failure to heed the engineers' warnings made this tragedy even more painful. Even 40 years later, the bravery of Krista McAuliffe and her fellow crew members, Francis Scobie, Michael Smith, Ellison Oniska, Judith Resnick, Ronald McNair, and Gregory Jarvis, are remembered and mourned. The families of the 7 crew members carry the deep pain of their loss, but as a nation, we continue to honor their sacrifice. Stephen Griffiths, later dubbed the Crossbow Cannibal, was a deeply disturbed man who harbored aspirations of becoming a notorious serial killer. In 2009, after being arrested multiple times and released, Griffiths began targeting sex workers in the Bradford area, killing them with a crossbow. He even used public transport to move their remains, hiding them in bin bags for disposal. The chilling footage that ultimately led to his arrest showed Griffiths casually flipping off the camera while committing one of his heinous crimes.
Griffiths was arrested in May 2010 after CCTV footage of him attacking Miss Blameras at his block of flats was discovered by a caretaker at the complex.
Instead of showing any fear or remorse, he appeared completely unbothered by being caught on tape.
And what sort of location Maybe put them in. If you can't tell us where, what sort of lock.
This moment of sheer arrogance sealed his fate, leading to justice for his victims. Several years after the Zodiac Killer haunted Northern California, the region was plagued by another terrifying criminal known as the I-5 Strangler. This nickname came from the fact that his victims' bodies were found along Interstate 5 in nearby roads. Between 1977 and 1987, the Strangler claimed at least 7 young women's lives, leaving the area gripped with fear. But unlike the Zodiac, this killer was eventually caught. On May 10, 1991, 52-year-old Roger Kibbe was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of 17-year-old Darcy Frackenpole. While he was always suspected in the other killings, it wasn't until 2000 that DNA evidence finally linked him to the crimes. In a strange twist, Kibbe struck a deal with authorities. He would avoid the death penalty if he helped them locate the remains of Lou Ellen Burley, one of his victims.
If I understand correctly, Ms. Burley was your first homicide in 1977.
77, first one.
Start at the beginning of what was going on in your life that week and that day and how this came about.
Curiosity got me.
Now, when you met her the first time, this girl, what were you thinking you might do?
I might have been thinking, can I get away with this?
And then get away with what?
Get away with her.
Well, what were you going to do? Were you going to rape her?
Have sex with her, yeah. Kidnap her, rape her, have sex, kill her.
How did you feel about killing her?
The first time I ever did it.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I don't know. I felt bad later. I did it, thinking about it. But while it was happening, blank mind. Don't think of anything. It's like a fog.
How'd you feel about the rape part of it?
I knew what I was doing was wrong. And if it's wrong, you can't like it.
A lot of people like doing things they know are wrong.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
If you had to rate that as a sexual experience from 1 to 10, where 10's the best, how's it go?
Probably an 8. Anything below that, below 8, almost has to be on her part. I got a headache, I don't want to do it.
So would having sex with this kidnapping victim be the equivalent of pushing your wife into having sex with you even though she has a headache and says she doesn't want to?
Right.
That's about the quality of the sex for you?
Not very good for her, probably good for me.
When they asked you why you killed Lou Ellen Burley, your first murder victim, you said it was just to see if it could be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that mean?
You make a plan, see if you can carry it out, see if it can be done. That's all. It's like stacking bricks.
Do you see it as a challenge?
Mm-hmm.
So you're given the answer like, why do you climb Mount Everest?
Because it's there.
However, fate would later take its own turn. In an ironic and somewhat fitting end, Kibbe was strangled to death by his own cellmate, bringing an unsettling close to the story of the I-5 Strangler. The man you see in the footage is Metropolitan Police Officer W. Kuzin. First, he's seen renting a car at a station in Kent. Later, he's caught on CCTV buying hairbands at a mall. Then, Sarah Everard enters the scene walking casually. Kuzin stops her, accusing her of violating COVID-19 protocols. He handcuffs her and drives her away in his rental car. At that moment, Sarah likely felt a false sense of safety, believing she was in a police vehicle. Tragically, she would never see her 34th birthday. The next time Kuzin is seen on camera, his horrific actions are already behind him. He's buying hot chocolate and a bakery item. Later, CCTV catches him at a gas station, but instead of filling up his car, he's filling a jerry can with petrol, likely for something sinister. He also stops at a store to pick up a flatback trolley that he had purchased, hinting at the chilling nature of his plans.
To see what we know about Sarah, okay? So, would you like to, do you know where Sarah is?
No.
Right, okay. Do you know anything about what happened to her?
I know that she went missing up in London somewhere, about a week ago or so, just from what I got on the news.
Okay. Have you ever personally met her?
No, not personally, no.
Have you had any interactions with her at all?
Why would I have personal interactions with her?
Well, it's very difficult because I can't go into a lot of the evidence because obviously that's not part of what an urgent interview is, okay? This interview is just about trying to find her. Because
Sure.
she's been missing for a while now.
I'm sat in handcuffs and asking me what I know her. So you must have something to say that I know her.
Well, as I said, you've been arrested on suspicion of kidnap, and we believe that you've been involved in her disappearance and taking her away from her family.
Okay.
So we are trying to find her. Now, we believe that you know something about where she is, and that's why we're here, to look for her and to try and find her. And that's why we're talking to you now, is to try and get you to have a good think about it and tell us anything you can about whether we might be able to find her.
Okay, well, I am in financial, and I've been lent on by, I don't know who they are. They're a group, a gang, whatever, and they told me, right, I need to go and pick up girls and give them to them. So I said, not happening, and it then came through that they're going to harm my family, take them away, and they'll use them instead. At that point I had no option to try and find somebody. So I don't, there's a couple of names. I was told a place to take her. That's it. That is all I know. Parked my car up, and then the van come up behind me, flashed me. They all jumped out, and then they took this girl. They said, you've done good, and I don't know if my family's going to be alright still. But they threatened to take my family away from me. So at that point, I'm doing what I can to protect my family. So I'm here. I'm off work with stress because I'm here to protect my family. I want to be here 24/7 for my family. They come from my family. I've got nothing myself. I've got no choice.
I'll go back through the route with you in a minute, alright? But how do they contact you? How did you contact them?
I tried to take over one of their call girls and rip her off. So she's told them, and they've got me.
On March 8, 1987, what was supposed to be a routine autopsy took a dark turn. Dr. Lee Lehman was examining the body of 44-year-old John Powell, who had spent the last year in a coma at Cincinnati's Drake Memorial Hospital. Everything seemed pretty standard until Lehman caught a whiff of something unusual. It was that telltale almond-like scent, cyanide. That's when things got real. Lehman immediately suspected foul play, and the Cincinnati Homicide Unit was brought in to dig deeper. Their focus quickly landed in Donald Harvey, the hospital orderly who had discovered Powell's body. At first they thought maybe it was just this one case, but that was only the tip of the iceberg. As the investigation unfolded, Harvey admitted to far more than one murder. In fact, he confessed to killing 36 people over a span of 17 years, many of them patients under his care. He claimed he was easing their suffering, but his methods were cold, calculated, and horrifying.
What I was doing I thought was right. And the patients that I took care of, I like to think, I made their passing easy. They didn't have a choice, and sometimes there was no family there to make that choice for them. And I made it for them. I was being the judge and the jury and executioner. There was 15 deaths when I was 18.
There's already been 15?
No, when I went to work in the hospital, the year between I was 18 to I was 19, there was 15 deaths.
And you mentioned one time the pillowcase. What are the other methods?
I started using morphine because it wasn't controlled that much in Kentucky, especially in small hospitals in the 1970s. And I did unplug a couple of ventilators. I used cyanide, I used arsenic, I used adhesive cleaner, a plastic bag too.
Were you experimenting, or was it just whatever was available?
I wanted the quickest method of death.
Well, did you consider them victims, by the way? The patients?
No, I don't consider them. They were my patients. I never looked at it as murder till I was actually arrested. I always looked at it as mercy.
But they weren't all mercy.
No, they weren't all
mercy. No. Now, the first death will occur at about 18 years of age with you. Can you tell me about that, how that happened?
Just one guy, he'd had a stroke. He had an IV in, and he got the IV out, and the sister told me to go and clean up the bed and change the IV, take it out because it was empty. And when I went to pull back the sheet, he covered me in stool within his hand, and I smothered him to death.
How did you do that?
With a pillow. I wasn't going to take any more. I mean, I'd had enough. And when he put the stool in my face was the breaking point.
You believe that? That's what happened?
It started me on the roller coaster, which I couldn't get off.
And what about the business with the animals?
I killed my bird. My mom told me I had to take it back because it wouldn't survive.
Yeah.
It was just a little tiny thing. And I refused to give it up, so I killed it with a hole. And I also took the neighbor man's 2 cows later on. I was about 16. No, it was right before I graduated from high school. I took them out into the woods and slit their throat. That was the only thing I ever did for his animals.
Do you consider yourself a sociopath?
Well, that's what most people consider me.
What do you think?
I'm just Donald Harvey.
Yeah.
I haven't changed a bit. I have been rehabilitated. I'm ready to go back to the streets.
Although he managed to avoid the death penalty, karma came knocking eventually. On March 30th, 2017, Donald Harvey was brutally beaten by a cellmate. He was rushed to intensive care, ironically ending up in the same kind of hospital setting where he'd once acted as an angel of death. This time, though, he was the one fighting to survive, just like so many of his victims had before him. On February 4th, 2010, Don Brancho, an experienced orca trainer at SeaWorld Orlando, was getting ready for what should have been just another big performance. At the time, SeaWorld was famous for its exciting shows featuring orcas, called SHOUTOUT, during performances, pulling off all kinds of incredible tricks. Crowds packed the stands to watch these powerful creatures leap and splash on command. But here's something a lot of people didn't know. SHOUTOUT wasn't one single whale. It was actually a stage name used for multiple orcas over the years. The orca Don was working with that day was named Tilikum, or Tilly for short. He was enormous, over 12,000 pounds and 22 feet long. And while he was a star of the show, he also had a very dark history. Tilikum had already been involved in the deaths of 2 people before that day. Kel Byrne, a part-time trainer who slipped into his pool, and Daniel Dukes, a man who trespassed into his tank after hours. Yet despite this deadly track record, Tilly was still performing in front of audiences. Dawn, though, truly loved the animals she worked with. She didn't just see them as performers. She treated them like family. She had dreamed of working with marine life since she was 10 years old, and by the age of 40, she was one of SeaWorld's most respected trainers, with 15 years of experience under her belt.
Obviously, they're giving out a lot of energy too, but we're working together and having a lot of fun as well. You're amazing. Thank you. You really are.
That day, though, things were already off to a rocky start. During a previous performance, the orcas were visibly agitated, chasing each other around the tank and not responding well to cues. Trainers had to cut the show short, but despite the warning signs, the next show, Dined with Shamu, went ahead, and Don took center stage alongside Tilikum. In video footage from the performance, you can see Don smiling and interacting with the whale. But if you look closely, something seems a little off. Tilly wasn't following commands the way he usually would. At one point, Don gave him a whistle cue to return for a reward, but instead, he kept repeating an earlier behavior. It was subtle, but it was definitely a sign that that he wasn't fully in sync. The real horror, though, came after the show was over. Don stayed behind at the edge of the pool to spend some extra time with Tilly, likely to continue their bonding routine. Even though the main event was finished, guests were still watching, some from a nearby cafe, others from an underwater viewing area. Tillicum had been trained to swim to the glass and greet visitors, and Don gave him the usual hand signal to do just that, but this time he didn't follow through. Instead, without warning, Tilly lunged, grabbed Don by her ponytail or arm, reports vary, and yanked her into the water. What happened next was terrifying. Tilly began thrashing her around in front of a stunned crowd, performing a violent barrel roll underwater with her in his grasp.
Do you know so you don't know if the person was injured or if they're having a medical problem?
No idea.
Okay, very well then.
I don't even think they're out of the water yet. They're still in there with the whale, so...
Okay, but someone is on scene and they are getting them out of the water now.
There are people working on it, yes. There's about 2-3 dozen people over there right now.
People watching from the cafe and below had no idea what to do. The situation quickly turned into a full-blown nightmare. At one point, Dawn actually managed to break free and made a desperate swim for the edge of the pool, but she didn't make it far. Tilly grabbed her again and dragged her back under. For minutes, guests and fellow staff members could do nothing but watch in helpless horror as she was overpowered by the animal she had trusted and cared for.
At least 30.
And these are guests?
These are all guests and education members and photographers who are getting ready to take the picture for the people that booked the tour.
Okay.
Okay.
And then what happens?
And then basically I saw him pull her in. I saw her in the water, so I knew that he had her.
Eventually, SeaWorld staff were able to separate Dawn from Tillicum and pull her out of the water, but it was far too late. The injuries she suffered were catastrophic. Dawn had drowned.
Orange County Sheriff's Office.
We need SO to respond for a person at SeaWorld. A whale is one of the trainers.
A whale? One of the trainers?
That's correct.
And just like that, a celebrated career and a lifelong dream came to a tragic and violent end. In the wake of Dawn's death, major changes were made. Trainers were no longer allowed in the water with orcas during performances. SeaWorld was hit with a $75,000 fine from OSHA for safety violations, and public backlash only grew stronger. Then came the documentary Blackfish in 2013. The film exposed the grim realities of orca captivity and painted a disturbing picture of SeaWorld's practices. It sparked outrage and had a lasting impact on how people viewed marine parks and animal entertainment. As for Tillicum, he was kept isolated from trainers for the rest of his life and remained out of public performances. He passed away in January 2017 at the age of 35 after spending most of his life in captivity. Dawn Brancho's story is still remembered today, not just for the tragedy of her death, but for the love and dedication she had for the animal she worked with. Her story stands as a sobering reminder of how powerful and unpredictable creatures like Tillicum really are, and the risks that come with putting them on display for our entertainment.
I was driving to work and some girl jumped in front of my car and I think I might have killed her.
Oh my God.
So you might have to grab our daughter.
Huh? I'm on my way to get her.
One tragic night in Peoria, Illinois, a devastating car crash shattered the silence. Emergency crews raced to the scene, but for one person, it was already too late. The impact had been fatal. As first responders worked around the wreckage, the driver, clearly shaken and overwhelmed, began to grasp the horror of what had just happened. Her expression said it all: panic, disbelief, and the crushing weight of knowing this wasn't just a fender bender. Someone had died.
So this is somebody hit by a car and they're saying they're not moving. Panic would always be wrong.
This is what I wanted it to be like.
In a heartbreaking moment caught on camera, the woman can be heard calling someone, telling them to prepare her daughter because she had just hit and killed the pedestrian. Watch closely. What happens next is tough to witness.
She was just driving on the road. She just jumped out of nowhere. How the f does this happen? I was just driving. Brandon?
Yeah, I'm here.
I think I murdered her.
You don't know that for sure yet.
I don't know. Am I in trouble? They even said it. They even said she came out of nowhere. She just literally jumped in front of the vehicle.
But this is an investigation, okay? This is your car, right?
Yeah, that's my car.
Were you the only one in it?
Yes, I was going to grab a friend. I was on my way to grab a friend. I was like 10 minutes away. And everybody in those cars said that she jumped out of nowhere. She literally came in front of my car. I didn't see her.
Is anybody else that witnessed it?
Yeah, the other cars, they even told me, they're like, baby girl, we didn't see her. She came out of nowhere. She hopped in front of the car.
How hard do you have to hit someone to knock their socks off? That's crazy. I can't wrap my head around that.
We got basic knowledge of how to do this.
Way back there. Past Orchard. She went a long damn way. Probably on the hood for some of it.
Go to a police station or something. I have to pee. I just want this done. I just don't want to keep sitting here looking at the crime scene.
Pretty cool in history right now.
Yeah, I didn't know if they had occupied. I'm trying to get a hold of Adam.
While paramedics did everything they could, investigators at the scene started connecting the dots. It didn't take long for alcohol to become a suspected factor, something that completely changed the direction of the case.
I'm from today because I see that you live in, was it?
Yep, I work at the Pony.
At the where?
The Pony at the strip club.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right, I work there, and where were you heading to?
I was just grabbing my friend.
Okay, where's that?
I was like 10 minutes away. I have her address on my phone.
Just going to pick up your friend?
Yeah.
Obviously driving to southbound on Knoxville. Are you familiar with this road at all?
No, I'm not from out here at all.
How long have you been in Peoria?
Barely ever.
Okay. So there's other cars around you that were in front of you?
Yes, there was a car, the black SUV.
Black SUV was in
Yeah,
front of you?
there was a couple.
Okay. You know where she came from? Was she walking in the road?
She was walking on this side of the road.
You were driving, were you doing anything else? Like taking a drink from soda? Were you on the phone? Were you
I was just driving.
You know about how fast you were going?
No, not really.
Were you driving with traffic? Were you driving slow or faster with traffic? Were you told that she passed? Okay, she did. You've been drinking any alcohol today?
No.
Using any illegal drugs?
No.
Using any illegal medications, anything like
No.
that? Okay. I don't have any reason to believe that right now, but it's a question I gotta ask.
Okay.
What I would like to ask is if you'd be willing to give me a breath sample to show that you don't have any alcohol in your
Okay.
system. Would you be willing to do that?
Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So for this, deep breath in, long steady breath like you're trying to blow up a balloon, okay? Blow, 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 blow. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Very good. Been drinking today?
Just at the bar earlier this morning for a Bloody Mary.
Okay.
Shouldn't have been anything though.
How long ago was that?
Hours ago.
How many hours ago?
Well, it's an hour and a half to get to Peoria from my place, so hour and a half before all this.
Okay. You haven't been drinking? Well, it was like a Bloody Mary like a while ago, like when she was at home. Oh.
I smell perfume, but I thought I may have gotten a slight odor as I was talking to her.
0.16.
0.16.
I smell shit. Yeah.
The woman was ultimately charged with 2 counts of driving under the influence, both classified as Class A misdemeanors. But more seriously, she also faces 1 count of aggravated DUI, a Class 2 felony that's not just a slap on the wrist. If convicted, she could be looking at anywhere from 3 to 7 years in prison. As of this recording, her jury trial is scheduled for May 12, 2025. So now the question becomes, was alcohol truly to blame for this heartbreaking crash, or was it an unfortunate coincidence in a terrible moment? What do you think? On December 17, 2024, a shocking assassination was caught on camera, and it sent shockwaves through both Russian and international circles. Lieutenant General Igor Kurylov, a high-ranking Russian military official, was killed when an explosive device hidden inside an electric scooter detonated near his home. The blast was powerful and deadly, not only taking Kurylov's life, but also that of his assistant Ilya Kopov, who happened to be nearby at the time. Shortly after the incident, Ukraine's security service known as the SBU publicly claimed responsibility for the assassination. They didn't mince words, labeling Kurylov a war criminal and calling the attack a justified strike. According to the SBU, Kurylov had played a direct role in deploying banned chemical weapons against Ukrainian troops, which made him, in their eyes, a legitimate target. In response, Russian authorities acted swiftly. They arrested a 29-year-old Uzbek national named Akhmad Kurbanov, accusing him of carrying out the bombing. The FSB, Russia's Federal Security Service, later reported that Kurbanov confessed during interrogation. He allegedly told investigators that he had been recruited by Ukrainian intelligence, who promised him money and a new life in a European Union country if he completed the mission. The assassination not only reignited tensions between Russia and Ukraine, but also raised serious questions about how far each side is willing to go in this escalating shadow war. The man in the white t-shirt you're looking at is Luka Mignota, a predator hiding behind a keyboard. He lured his unsuspecting victim, June Lin, through a Craigslist ad that promised a casual sexual encounter. What June didn't know was that he was walking straight into a nightmare. June Lin was a young Chinese immigrant chasing the dream, studying to become a computer engineer in Canada, full of hope and ambition. But those dreams would come to a horrific end in Mignota's apartment. After meeting up, the two headed upstairs together. Later, Mignota is seen again on surveillance footage, but something's disturbingly off. He's now wearing June Lin's t-shirt. June himself is nowhere in sight. What follows next is deeply unsettling. Mignota is caught on camera making multiple trips out to the trash bins behind his apartment. Each time, he's carrying bundles suspected to be parts of June Lin's dismembered body, disposing of them little by little, as if trying to erase what he had done. But he couldn't erase the evidence, and soon the entire world would witness the chilling depths of his crimes. It's not often that we actually catch a serial killer in the act, but in this rare and haunting piece of footage, we witness the chilling final moments of 18-year-old Samantha Koenig. In the video, Samantha is seen closing up her coffee stand for the night. Everything seems normal at first. She moves through her routine, glancing outside from time to time, checking the window as if sensing something isn't quite right. It's subtle, but there's this growing sense of unease, like she knows something's coming. Eventually, she flips off the lights, probably wrapping up for the night and getting ready to head home. But that's when the video turns completely dark, and so does the story. You can't see much once the lights are out, but what happens next is terrifying. Investigators believe Samantha was attacked in those very moments, grabbed, threatened, and either dragged or forced out of the stand. This grainy footage would end up being the last time anyone saw Samantha Koenig alive. Her disappearance shocked the community, and it wasn't until much later that her body was found, uncovering a nightmare far more sinister than anyone had imagined.
gonna video it?
Yes.
You pull that one first. All right, let them get ready. Y'all ready? Come on, guys. Back. It's Jim.
The world can be a dark and horrifying place, but every now and then a survivor's story shines through the shadows. That's exactly what happened with Kala Brown. After going missing for 2 months, Kala was found chained up inside a metal shipping container deep in the woods of South Carolina. Her abductor, a man named Todd Colehip, a cold-blooded killer who had already claimed multiple lives. The footage you're seeing captures the exact moment rescue teams discovered her. It's haunting. Kala looks pale, weak, and completely exhausted, but you can see a flicker of relief in her eyes. One of the rescuers carefully cuts through the heavy chain locked around her neck with bolt cutters. It's slow, delicate work, but they eventually free her from the grip of her captor.
Someone got a weapon. I got it. Watch out, boss. Back up.
Hey, Joey.
Sheriff's officer.
Sheriff's officer.
What?
Grab that.
Back up, everybody.
Just one. Are you okay?
Grab what? Go.
Do you have any weapons? Coming through, okay?
What's your name? What's your name, man? Lauren. Gotcha. All right. Just a girl. Just a girl. How are you, honey? This is bolt cutters. This is our best. He's a paramedic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
As she's being led out of that metal prison, Kala does something incredibly brave. She starts talking. Despite her trauma, she begins telling the officers everything she knows about Colehip's crimes. Names, locations, and how many people he admitted to killing. Thanks to her, the bodies of other victims were finally recovered, giving closure to grieving families.
Hit the chain right there, loose. Hold it up. Yeah. Just right there at her hand, Brandon. We'll get it off.
We'll get it off here. Cut it right here.
Do you know where your buddy is?
Charlie?
Yes.
He shot him.
He shot him? Who did?
Todd Colehip shot Charlie Carver 3 times in the chest, wrapped him in a blue tarp, put him in the bucket of the tractor, locked me down here, and I never seen him again. Okay. He says he's dead and buried. He says there's several bodies dead and buried out here, and he says that the dogs will be ruined if they go looking because there's red pepper.
We're going to step you out, sweet. Because there's what?
Red pepper.
Okay.
Tell the dog people that.
And like many others who fell victim to Todd Colehip, Kala survived, and while her story is horrifying, it also ends with something rare, a glimmer of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest circumstances, some people make it out alive.
I don't think it was necessary for them to shoot him at all.
On the 9th of December 4th, 2024, a routine call turned deadly in the parking lot of a Safeway store in Vancouver, Washington. It was just before 11 p.m. when officers approached 45-year-old Adam Grant Gunderson. The exact reason for the contact hasn't been confirmed, though Gunderson did have an outstanding warrant for fleeing from police in a prior case. It's unclear if that's what drew officers to him that night.
How's it going, man? What's going on, boss? Oh, my hunch. Just seeing what you can find?
Yeah, just getting some scraps.
Nice. This thing's closing down. They're tearing it apart yet?
I have no idea.
Oh, cool.
So they're just dumping a bunch of stuff out, so.
Okay, cool. Is this your pickup?
Why?
Because there's no front plate on it. Well, I'm just asking, boss. What's your first name? Why are you so standoffish? Okay. All right. Is it your pickup or no?
Well, what does it matter?
Because we need to identify it, right? Is there a back plate on it?
Why do you need to identify it?
Because it's a vehicle, right? Nope. You're not going to get in yet.
What started as a simple encounter quickly escalated. According to reports, a physical struggle broke out between Gunderson and one of the responding officers identified as Officer Boland Flores. During the altercation, Gunderson allegedly pulled out a firearm, prompting Officer Flores to discharge his own weapon.
Out of the car. 45, right in the front. Hey, don't fight. He's fighting, man. He's got something. Not what he's got. Get on your ground. Get on your ground. Hands out. Hands out. Dude, you're gonna get shot. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. No, I didn't. Then drop your gun in your hand. No, I don't.
Release your hand. Let me see it. Then. I'm sorry. Let me see your hand, dude. I believe. 45. Stop it now.
I'm bleeding, bro.
He has a gun in his hands.
I'm bleeding.
We got him pinned on the ground, though.
I'm bleeding.
Yeah, give us your right hand.
I'm bleeding, bro.
You're gonna get shot. Do you understand? Dude, you're gonna get shot. Hey, you're getting shot right now if you don't give me your hand. He's got it out. He's got it out.
Multiple shots were fired, several striking Gunderson in the head. Despite being rushed to a nearby hospital, Gunderson was later pronounced dead.
I haven't really been able to accept it, but it makes me feel really, really angry. Kind of like my best friend, he was always really goofy.
Jenna doesn't think her father was a threat to the officers. She cites the part of the video in which her father's yelling that he's bleeding.
I'm bleeding! I'm bleeding!
I don't think he deserved that, and I think everyone should know that he didn't deserve that. There's a lot of people out there saying rude things, but he didn't deserve it.
Officer Flores didn't walk away unscathed either. He suffered a broken hand and a bite wound during the confrontation and required medical treatment. The Washington State Office of Independent Investigations has since launched a thorough review of the incident, aiming to determine exactly what happened and whether the use of force was justified. In the meantime, Officer Flores has been placed on critical incident leave, which is standard procedure following a police-involved shooting. As with many cases like this, it has raised questions about police protocol, use of force, and how quickly situations can spiral into tragedy. On May 17, 2023, a nurse at the Yallambee Lodge Aged Care Facility in New South Wales, Australia, made a tense call to emergency services. One of the residents had armed herself with 2 kitchen knives and was roaming the halls, frightening other residents and staff. Despite multiple attempts to calm her down, nothing worked. Fearing someone might get hurt, the nurse knew she had no choice but to call for backup. The resident in question was Claire Nowlin, a 95-year-old woman with a remarkable past. She was known and loved in her community. In fact, when she turned 80, she marked the occasion by going skydiving, something she had always dreamed of doing.
Oh, hey, something I've always wanted to do and I've done it.
Even into her 90s, Claire was active and full of life, but time eventually caught up. At age 90, Claire moved into the Yallambee Aged Care Facility. In the months leading up to that fateful day in May, Claire's condition had sharply deteriorated. She had been diagnosed with dementia, a heartbreaking illness that slowly erases memory and can cause severe confusion and even aggression. The Claire that everyone knew began to fade away. In the weeks before the incident, Claire's behavior became increasingly erratic. She had tried to climb the front gate of the facility, gotten stuck in a tree, and even pushed another resident using her walker. These weren't acts of violence. They were the actions of someone no longer in control, trapped in the haze of a failing mind. When emergency responders arrived, things took an unexpected turn. Claire was nowhere to be found. Somehow, despite her frailty and dependence on a walker, she had vanished from the immediate area. But she hadn't gone far. CCTV footage later revealed she had quietly moved into the facility's treatment room, out of view. She had even put down one of the kitchen utensils, but she was still holding one. When the officers finally located her, they approached cautiously. Footage shows Claire standing there, clearly confused, barely able to move at all. She was asked to drop the knife, and she did set down a small penlight, but kept the blade. Then she slowly began to shuffle toward them. This is where things took a tragic turn. Senior Constable Christian White was one of the officers on the scene. Faced with the sight of this frail 95-year-old woman moving toward him at a painfully slow pace, he issued several warnings, taser in hand. But within minutes of finding Claire, Officer White made a split-second decision. Claire collapsed instantly, hitting her head on the hard floor, but she wasn't. Her skull had fractured from the impact. Claire was rushed to the hospital, but just a week later, she died from a brain hemorrhage. Officer White was charged with manslaughter. He pleaded not guilty, claiming he was protecting others from potential harm. But prosecutors argued the force used was clearly excessive, pointing out that Claire moved so slowly. It took her over a minute to walk just 1 meter. The body camera footage from that night was shown in court but never released publicly. According to those present, it was so disturbing that some people had to leave the courtroom. Christian White was eventually found guilty of manslaughter and dismissed from the police force. Claire Nowlin's death was more than a tragedy. It was a heartbreaking end to a long, full life. Her community remembered her as a gentle soul full of generosity and kindness, a skydiver at 80, a mother, a grandmother, and a beloved figure to all who knew her. She deserved better. Throughout his legendary career with the FBI, retired Special Agent John Douglas came face to face with some of the most notorious killers in American history. But of all the twisted minds he studied, there was one who stood out as especially horrifying: Gary Heidnik. A Philadelphia resident, Heidnik styled himself as the bishop of his own self-created church, the United Church of the Ministers of God. But behind the strange religious front was a man with monstrous intent. He specifically targeted vulnerable Black women, those struggling with mental illness or disability. And time after time, they either left him or were taken away by others. Heidnik became obsessed with control, so in an effort to never lose anyone again, he dug a pit in the basement of his house. 4 feet deep, dark, and cold. It would become a dungeon of unimaginable horror. On November 25, 1986, 26-year-old Josefina Rivera, desperate for money, agreed to go home with Heidnik. She was a sex worker just trying to get through another night. But when she got up to leave, Heidnik pounced, choking her until she blacked out. Josefina woke up handcuffed, naked, and trapped in that basement pit. Soon, the screams of another woman filled the air. 24-year-old Sandra Lindsay, Heidnik's second captive. And over the next few months, 3 more women would join them. They were enslaved, raped, beaten, starved. And if any of them resisted, Heidnik used horrifying punishments. Survivors said he would stab their ears with a screwdriver as punishment, anything to break their will. Josefina, understanding that her only hope was to play along, began to cooperate. Slowly, she earned his trust. She became his favorite, and eventually Heidnik trusted her enough to let her leave, under the condition that she would bring him another victim. Instead, Josefina ran straight to a payphone and called the police. At first, officers didn't believe her story. It was just too bizarre, too disturbing to be true. But when they searched Heidnik's home and opened the basement door, the nightmare revealed itself. Just as Josefina had said, 3 women were still alive down there, but 2 others weren't as lucky. Sandra Lindsay and 23-year-old Deborah Dudley had both been murdered for misbehaving.
How much verbal exchange did you have with the girls down there in the basement?
At first, I tried to make it nice, right?
Yeah, how did you do that, Gary?
I was holding parties there for one thing. I had a Christmas party and a New Year's party. 8, they go down in the hole in the morning, board goes over the top of the hole with the sandbags and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and then they stay down there till roughly about 8 at night. Okay, now on this particular day...
You got a radio down here, right?
Oh yeah.
Playing real loud?
Yes.
Why is that? To drown out any noise,
right.
In case because you're leaving the house sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, so you don't...
That was a conscious act on my part, and that was essentially the reason.
To drown out that noise, for sure.
Well, they might like a little entertainment, too. You know? Nothing was working. I was trying to find something that worked that would make them shut up to stop hollering so I could stop
progressive kind of infliction of pain on these women.
I was trying to find something that would make them behave.
But it was painful to them.
I hope so. I'm sitting there, you know, trying to figure out what the hell to do, you know? What the to do, you know? I started chopping up the body.
Heidnik's lawyers would later argue he was legally insane, but the courts didn't buy it. His crimes were calculated, methodical, and deeply cruel. On July 2, 1988, Gary Heidnik was sentenced to death. This case haunted John Douglas for years, not just because of the brutality, but because of how calculated it all was. Gary Heidnik wasn't just disturbed, he was a predator who built his own house of horrors and then locked real people inside it.
Emergency. Hi, I just found a body. Oh, go ahead, caller. What's your emergency? I just found a body. Right, okay. A body, is it? Are they breathing? No, they're dead. They look like they've possibly been there like a few days or something. There's some flies and stuff. Right, okay. Bear with me a second. Let's pop this on. What's the name?
When you first see Gemma Mitchell on screen arriving at Mi Quinn Chong's apartment, she looks calm, composed, maybe even kind, but behind that serene expression was a chilling secret. By the time she rang the doorbell, she had already planned one of the most gruesome murders in recent UK history. Let's rewind to where this dark story began. Gemma Mitchell had lost over £230,000 to rogue builders who took off with her money. Desperate to recover financially, she turned to her friend Mi Quinn Chong, also known as Deborah, a devout Christian woman who struggled with schizophrenia. Mi had initially agreed to help, offering £200,000 toward Mitchell's home renovations. But then Mi changed her mind. Instead of giving the money, she suggested something else. Why not just sell the property and live comfortably? That one suggestion was enough to make Gemma Mitchell snap. On June 11th, 2021, she arrived at Mi's home in Wembley with a large blue suitcase, the same one caught on CCTV footage. But this wasn't just a visit, it was a premeditated murder. Mitchell, a trained osteopath with intimate knowledge of human anatomy, killed Mi Quinn in cold blood inside her own home. Then she stuffed Mi's lifeless body into the suitcase she had brought with her. What happened next was just as disturbing. For nearly 2 weeks, Mitchell kept Mi's body in her house. Then on June 26th, she drove over 200 miles to Devon and dumped the suitcase in a wooded area near Bennett Road. There, the body was eventually discovered, badly decomposed, and left in the elements. On July 6th, police came knocking at Gemma Mitchell's door. She lived with her elderly mother. When officers placed her under arrest, her expression was one of disbelief, like she never thought she'd actually be caught.
Hello there.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good. There's no answer. Sorry, what's your name?
Sorry, we're asleep.
Are you Gemma?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, Gemma. Just put your arm a second.
Sure, sure.
Come on a second.
Sorry, could I
Gemma, do you want to come out?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just want to see them.
Hand just so your hands. Alright, Gemma, at this moment, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder. Okay, you don't have to say anything, but you may have a defence if you want to mention one question, something which you later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence, okay? Once we're in the cuffs.
Am I allowed to?
I'll go explain everything to you. Okay?
Should I get some
Yeah,
shoes?
sorry.
now?
What?
If you want to one sec.
Inside?
Who's inside at the moment?
Mother.
Your mother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it?
If you want to... Oh, can someone lift that up?
Yeah. Let's step back inside.
Is anyone else inside? Just your mum?
Yeah.
There is someone else inside,
No,
or just your
that's
mum?
just my mum, yeah.
Alright, do you want to... Should I bring her out, or...?
Bring her in.
Bring her in?
For a minute.
Well,
yeah.
we're just going to come in for a sec, okay?
Sure.
But the evidence was undeniable. CCTV footage, GPS tracking, the recovered suitcase, and a devastating discovery inside. This wasn't a moment of rage. It was a calculated, cold-blooded murder, driven by greed, entitlement, and the belief that she could get away with it.
And they've said that the person driving the Volvo waited in the car all that time with the windows down and the front door open, the passenger door open, when it was literally chucking it down with rain and it was windy. Why is that, Gemma?
No comment.
The car stank, didn't it, Gemma?
No comment.
Stunk of a dead person.
No comment.
Stunk of Deborah's decomposing body. Is that right, Gemma?
No.
Back in '85, May 15th to be exact, this little girl, Rima Traxler, who was only 8, was walking home from Washington Elementary School. You know, just a normal kid heading home after classes. But get this. According to someone who lived nearby, this Longview girl just vanished like poof, about 2 blocks from her own house. Her mom, understandably scared out of her mind, asked a family friend for help. This friend was Joseph Condro, a 25-year-old guy who worked as a laborer. Now here's where it gets really twisted. Fast forward 14 years, and this same Joseph Condro actually confessed to not only kidnapping Rima, but also to raping and strangling her. Can you believe that? And the crazy part is, he confessed while he was already on trial for murdering another young girl, 12-year-old Kara Rudd, back in '96. So this guy was a monster.
Kara, for a while, we'd play cards together and stuff. How would you describe her, I mean, as a kid?
She was very energetic, but she was very defiant, too, when she believed in things. That morning when I woke up, I knew what I was going to do. I was completely aware of what I wanted to do. I drove to the school, and I pulled into the parking lot. Kara jumped in my car.
What's the exchange between you and her? And
there wasn't really much of an exchange. I just drove her out to the house, and we talked a little bit.
But happy, though, right? I mean, it's not. She doesn't know she's in danger.
No, she doesn't know she's like I said. I was playing on my victim's trust, and that's a big thing. You know, when you do these kind of crimes, is the person has to trust you for you to lure them in.
Why a child? I mean, what's the motive behind this?
I think it's just the convenience of the situation. You know, children are very trusting, and I was very close to their family members, and you know, I played their trust.
Basically, it's an easy target.
It was an easy target at the time. Yeah.
What finally was the stressor that you're going to commit a crime, and it's going to be this child, or, you know, Reamer?
It was an impulsive reaction, so I just, you know, I went down, took her down to my house, and I told her to stay in the pickup, and I went in the house. I called work and said I wouldn't be in that day, and drove her out to Germany Creek and raped and murdered her.
At what point it really kind of tipped you over where now you began to act out the fantasies?
I don't know, 13, maybe 12, 13 years old. One night, there was this girl that was working in a local neighborhood store, and I went to the store after they shut down at 11 o'clock, and I asked her for a ride, and she said, sure, and she got me into her car, and, you know, I pulled a knife on her and stuff. She cried and stuff like that, and please don't do this, and I didn't do it. I didn't go through with it, no.
So you stopped, you felt sorry for her?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't expect her to cry, you didn't expect her to react that way?
Yeah.
And it was kind of a turn-off?
Later, I overcame those, you know, feelings. My fantasy was just to rape and murder my victims. That was the whole fantasy part of it. The police department, investigations, that was part of it, but my murders, you know, they were like the high point. The fantasy is only a motivation. There's nothing better than the act itself.
Had you not been identified, would you have kept going?
Yeah.
You would have kept killing?
Yeah. I felt real comfortable about killing. I mean, killing for me was just like second nature now. I just kept on going.
No regrets back to 1985 with your first victim? Any regrets there?
No.
How about 1996?
Yeah, I would have took her out to a different spot.
So she wouldn't have been found?
Well, that was the idea. That was the intention.
Anyway, Condro ended up getting a 55-year prison sentence, but then 13 years into his time, he died from liver disease. And the really awful thing is, it's likely he took the secrets of any other kids he might have hurt with him to his grave, just to complete injustice for those families, you know? Imagine the heartbreak of discovering your child's lifeless body in the woods, stabbed repeatedly just hours after a normal evening. This was the gut-wrenching reality for Stacey Bailey, whose daughter Tristan was brutally murdered by her classmate, Aiden Fuzi, shown here at 16 years old. The story unfolded like this. Aiden, who had obtained Tristan's number through a mutual friend, called her and convinced the young cheerleader to meet him at a friend's house. They were at least acquaintances from school, but what transpired next was anything but innocent. At 5:17 p.m., Aiden left his home and headed to the meeting spot. This doorbell camera captures the activity as it all unfolds across the street.
The video that we're about to see is from what location?
It's from 103 Wellwood Avenue, and it depicts Aiden traveling to the Absher residence.
Okay.
By 6:31 p.m., Aiden's girlfriend arrives, riding a skateboard. The situation grows more disturbing by the hour. By 7 p.m., Aiden and his girlfriend leave together, but Aiden soon returns to the house, hanging out with a friend in the driveway. The white shoes Aiden is wearing now becomes a crucial part of the story.
Starting from the bottom to the top of Aiden, you can see he's wearing white Nike shoes with a black Nike swoosh. He's wearing blue jeans and a white t-shirt.
Basically, what does this video depict?
It's showing Trey and Aiden in the driveway skateboarding.
And was those actions consistent with what Trey kind of described that they did that night, hanging out before
Yes.
Tristan came over?
Yes.
Around midnight, Tristan is seen leaving her home and meeting up with Aiden. The footage is haunting, the last time Tristan would ever be seen alive. At 1:45 a.m., Tristan disappears from view.
Show the two subjects walking from top left to the top right, and they're traveling in a direction east towards the cul-de-sac of Saddlestone.
And Sergeant, excuse me, your agency and you've reviewed so much video in this case. Do you ever see anyone else with who we now know as Aiden, Fucci, and Tristan walking in that neighborhood?
No.
Later footage shows Aiden carrying the white shoes in his hand, running away from the area before walking back home, still holding them.
We're going to see one subject who's alone and running west away from the cul-de-sac. You can see that he's carrying something in his hands. And again, you can see that he's not wearing shoes, but he's carrying what appears to be white shoes in his hands. So Cassadell Court intersects with Saddlestone Drive over towards your right on this video, and you can see him walking up to his house. And here you can clearly see the white Nike shoes with the black Nike swoosh.
Tristan's body was found in the woods with multiple stab wounds. Aiden Fucci eventually pled guilty to murder and was sentenced to life in prison. On February 2nd, 2018, a freezing cold day in Akron, Ohio, 23-year-old Tierra Williams returned to her apartment to a horrifying sight. Her 2-year-old daughter, Winter, was found on the porch, unresponsive, cold as ice. The distraught mother immediately called 911, but it was too late. Winter had been outside in the frigid cold for an unknown period, without proper clothing or supervision. Her father, Darian D. Parker, had fallen asleep after working a night shift, leaving Winter unattended while her mother and older sibling were out for just 2 hours.
Taking emergency. Oh my God! Hold on, take a deep breath. What's going on there? Oh my God! I'm sorry, what? Oh my God, she's not breathing! Your daughter's not breathing? Okay. Ma'am, did she take something? No, she was outside. She left. She left. She was in a purple. She's frozen. Ma'am, we have somebody on the way, okay? How old is your daughter? Okay, take a deep breath. Did she take something? No, she didn't. She had eyes closed. She's not responding to me. Okay, ma'am, how old is your daughter? She is 2. Okay. She's 2. She's frozen. She's frozen. How old did you say she was? You said she's 2? Okay, what happened to her?
She must have went outside.
She went outside?
Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, can you bring her back inside?
She's inside. She's inside. She's inside.
Okay, I need you to put her on her back. Lay her flat on her back on the floor and remove any pillows. You said, okay, listen.
Yeah.
Is there anything in her mouth? Are you able to get her mouth open?
It is open.
Okay. All right. Can you turn her on her side and make sure there's no fluid or anything in her mouth?
Okay. Okay.
And you said how long was she outside?
I have no idea.
Okay. Ma'am, this is what I need you to do. I need you to place your hand on her forehead and the other hand underneath her neck. Okay. You're going to carefully tilt the head back. You're going to pinch her nose closed and completely cover her mouth with your mouth and then blow 2 regular breaths into the lungs. I need you to do this. You're doing great, okay? Honey, did you feel them go in and out?
Huh?
Did you feel the breath go in and out? Ma'am, I need you to answer me. Did you feel the air go in and out?
Yes.
Okay. All right, listen carefully. I'm going to tell you how to do chest compressions, okay? Place the heel of your hand on the breastbone in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
Okay.
Just one, okay?
Okay.
You're going to push down 2 inches with only the heel of one hand touching the chest. You're going to pump the chest hard and fast at least 30 times, which is at least twice per second. You're going to make sure the chest comes up all the way.
She's foaming out the nose and the mouth.
Honey, listen to me. Turn her to her side and wipe all that out.
Okay.
Okay? Put her back on her back.
Okay, she's on her back.
Okay, do you see her chest going up and down? Honey, listen.
She's not breathing. No, I don't know.
Okay, all right. Okay, listen to me. Can you put your ear next to her mouth?
I don't hear nothing.
Okay, all right, this is what we're going to do. I need you to go ahead, and I'm going to tell you how to pump her chest, okay? Go ahead and give her 2 breaths, then 30 pumps. Then 2 breaths, then 30 pumps, okay?
Okay. Ma'am,
honey, I need you to do it. You're doing very well, okay? Honey, we're already we're already on the way. We've been on the way. Honey, I need you to listen to me. You are doing great. Keep going, okay?
Oh my God, I don't know.
Go ahead, keep going. I need you to pump, okay? I need you to count with me. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
It's steady coming out. It's steady coming out. When I punch it in her stomach, it's coming out.
That's totally fine. Keep going, okay? Keep going. You're doing very well.
Is this stuff supposed to come out?
Yes, ma'am. Keep going. I need you to wipe it out of her mouth. Scoop it out if you need to. Turn her on her side.
I can't get her teeth open.
Okay. All right.
It's not to work.
Honey, keep going. 2 breaths and 30 pumps. Count out loud with me, okay? Ready? Are you ready to do the pump?
Yes, I'm pumping.
Okay, keep going.
I'm pumping. Where are we?
Honey, we are on the way.
Oh my God.
Okay, go back. Okay, listen to me. Go back to the 2 breaths, then the 30 pumps.
Winter's tiny body couldn't withstand the bitter cold. She was rushed to Akron Children's Hospital, where she was tragically pronounced dead from hypothermia. The devastating loss of their child caused a rift in the parents' relationship, and they eventually separated. Both Tiara Williams and Darian Parker were charged with child endangering, a felony. Parker, who took full responsibility, was sentenced to 2 years, with the possibility of parole after 6 months. Williams, who was pregnant with their third child at the time, was sentenced to 18 months in prison. However, after serving just 3 months, Williams applied for early release and was granted it. After her release, Williams struggled. Just months after being let out, she was convicted of assault for attacking her own mother, Angela Graham, and a neighbor. This led to another jail sentence of 180 days and additional conditions for anger management classes. Despite her release, Williams found herself back in court for violating her parole by committing the assault. Judge McCarty, who had earlier granted her release, acknowledged that Williams needed more structure and ordered her to enter a re-entry program designed to help people transition back into society. The tragic story of Winter's death, followed by the parents' legal battles, highlights a devastating series of events where the pain of losing a child led to further turmoil in their lives. Kamila Belitskaya, a Russian actress known for her presence on social media, tragically lost her life on November 29, 2024. The 24-year-old was practicing yoga on a cliff at a scenic beach in Koh Samui, Thailand, when the unexpected occurred. Prior to the incident, Kamila had shared her excitement online, calling the rocky beach the best thing I had ever seen in my life. Unfortunately, it was during Thailand's monsoon season, and while she was taking in the sights and sounds of the place, a massive wave suddenly crashed over the rocks, sweeping her out to sea. Rescue efforts were launched immediately, and although her body was later recovered, Kamila's life could not be saved. Authorities had previously issued warnings about the dangerous coastal conditions during the monsoon season, but the tragedy still unfolded. In response to this, the rocky areas at the viewpoint where Kamila was practicing yoga have been closed to the public in an effort to prevent similar accidents in the future. It was the night of July 10th, 2014, and the Budd family, Kay, her father Randy, and mother Sharon, were driving from Ohio to New York City for a Broadway show. They were only in Pennsylvania when tragedy struck. Kay was at the wheel, Randy was resting in the back seat, and Sharon rode up front. It was supposed to be a fun road trip, but as they passed under the Gray Hill Road overpass on Interstate 80, everything changed in an instant. A sudden thunderous crash shattered their windshield. It felt like an explosion. Kay pulled over and turned on the light, only to discover something horrifying. A massive rock about the size of a volleyball had smashed through the glass and struck Sharon in the head. Randy, in complete panic, called 911. His voice trembled as he pleaded for help, realizing his wife was barely clinging to life.
God, something came right through the windshield. Hi, I'm on the highway, Route 80. Something just came through my windshield, and it hit my wife, and I think it went right through her head. Oh my God. Can you please can you get an ambulance somewhere? Can you track this phone?
Where on Interstate 80 are you?
Oh my God. She is grasping for her life.
Okay, what is your name, sir?
My name's Randy Budd.
The phone number you're
Oh my God. Half her brain's gone. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Paramedics rushed Sharon to the hospital where surgeons performed emergency procedures to relieve swelling in her brain. A large part of her skull had to be removed, and doctors weren't optimistic. Her family was told to say their goodbyes. But Sharon, a cancer survivor and fighter at heart, defied the odds. She pulled through. Though the damage was severe, she lost part of her brain, her sight in one eye, and underwent multiple facial reconstructions. Her skull was later replaced with medical-grade plastic, and she was left with lifelong disabilities, relearning how to walk, talk, and function with constant care. And it wasn't an accident. The boulder that changed their lives forever had been thrown intentionally by a group of teenagers standing on the overpass. The teens had been vandalizing with baseball bats and had taken their recklessness to the next level. One of them, Dylan L., dropped the fatal rock onto the Budd's car. All four were caught and sentenced. Dylan received the longest term, 4.5 years. The others, his brother Brett, Tyler Porter, and Kia McGee, each served shorter sentences and were released on parole. Despite the trauma, Sharon stayed remarkably positive.
What keeps you strong? What keeps you so happy inside?
This guy, he takes good care of me.
Her love for Randy, who supported her relentlessly, was unwavering. Randy became a passionate advocate, pushing for legislation that would require protective fencing on overpasses to prevent such tragedies.
We strongly believe from the get-go that if there's protective fencing up on that highway, I probably wouldn't be sitting down here talking with you today.
He succeeded in Ohio and was fighting hard to bring similar laws to Pennsylvania.
It's done. We won. We got it done.
But the emotional toll was too much. On August 6, 2016, Randy Budd took his own life. Those closest to him said he carried immense guilt over what had happened to Sharon. Less than 3 hours before his passing, he texted State Senator Gene Yaw, "Please get the fence issue settled." Even in his final moments, he was thinking of others, hoping no family would ever endure what his had. Sharon now lives in an assisted care facility. Despite losing her husband, her health, and life as she once knew it, she continues to smile, to laugh, and to love. And she keeps Randy's ashes with her, a quiet reminder of his strength, his love, and his relentless fight to protect others. Everyone has their breaking point, that line in the sand where pain, betrayal, and fear finally boil over. For Fiona Beale, we may never know the exact moment when she snapped, but what we do know is chilling. After 17 years of emotional abuse, infidelity, and trauma, she made a decision that would change everything. She killed her partner. To the outside world, Fiona was the picture of calm, a dedicated primary school teacher, quiet and composed. But behind closed doors, she was harboring a dark secret and a growing garden that concealed it. After the murder, Fiona didn't panic. She didn't flee. Instead, she carefully crafted a plan to hide the body, one that seemed straight out of a TV crime drama. She dug a grave right in her backyard, buried him beneath a layer of dirt, planted a peaceful garden on top, flowers blooming above the horror no one knew was hidden below. But no matter how much you try to cover something up, the truth has a way of pushing through the cracks. Nicholas Billingham was murdered on November 1st, 2021, but for months, no one had a clue. It wasn't until March 2022 that his decomposing body was discovered buried beneath a carefully manicured flower bed in Fiona Beale's backyard. But what happened in the days following his murder is even more chilling. Security footage from November 13th shows Fiona calmly walking into a garden supply store, blending in like any other weekend shopper. But her cart told a different story. She wasn't there to spruce up the lawn for spring. She was buying the tools to bury a man and hide the evidence in plain sight. 10 50-liter bags of compost, 10 22.5 kilogram bags of Cotwold stone. It wasn't just landscaping, it was a cover-up. The compost filled in the grave, erasing the telltale signs of a hurried burial. The decorative stones on top, they added a charming touch, enough to draw compliments instead of suspicion. When Fiona returned home, she got to work, reworking the garden, covering her tracks, hiding her crime behind roses and stone. For nearly 5 months, the body of Nicholas Billingham lay undisturbed, buried beneath the flourishing plants Fiona had so carefully arranged. No one knew, not the neighbors, not her co-workers, not even her students. The chilling part? She went about her daily life, teaching kids, smiling in the grocery store, while her secret rotted just steps from her back door. There was a time when Kim Jong-nam was expected to lead North Korea as the eldest son of Kim Jong-il. He seemed like the natural successor, but something changed. Somewhere along the way, he fell out of favor, and the reasons are still debated today. Some believe it was an embarrassing incident in 2001 that ruined his chances. Kim Jong-nam tried to enter Japan using a fake passport, reportedly so he could visit Tokyo Disneyland. It sounded bizarre, but in a tightly controlled country like North Korea, that kind of behavior was unacceptable. Others say it wasn't about Disneyland at all. Instead, it was his desire to modernize North Korea that made him a threat. He had voiced support for reforms and criticized the regime openly. By 2003, he was living in exile. For years, he moved between China, Macau, and other countries in Southeast Asia. He kept his distance, but he didn't stay silent. He spoke critically of his brother Kim Jong-un's leadership and warned against turning North Korea into a family-run dictatorship. That kind of talk likely put a target on his back. Then came February 13th, 2017. Kim Jong-nam was at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport in Malaysia, preparing to catch a flight. He walked through the departure hall alone, unaware that someone had been sent to kill him. Surveillance cameras captured what happened next. A woman walked up behind him and quickly rubbed something across his face. At first it seemed like a prank, but within seconds, Kim Jong-nam knew something was wrong. He went to airport staff, pointing to his face, panicked and struggling. They took him to the airport's medical center, but it was too late. He had been exposed to VX nerve agent, one of the most lethal chemical weapons in the world. A tiny amount is enough to kill, and that's exactly what happened. Kim Jong-nam died shortly after, slumped in a chair, unable to speak, far from home. The two women involved in the attack say they were tricked. They thought they were filming a hidden camera show and had no idea they were carrying out an assassination, but authorities didn't believe it was that simple. This wasn't random. It was a carefully planned operation, and most signs pointed back to North Korea. Many believe Kim Jong-un, now the leader, ordered the hit himself. His older brother had become too outspoken, too risky to leave alive. If true, it was a message to anyone else who might challenge his rule. In the end, Kim Jong-nam's story is a quiet tragedy. He was once poised to rule a nation but died alone in a foreign airport, taken down by a calculated and cold act. His death serves as a reminder that in North Korea, power is everything, and even family isn't safe. For 20 years, the people of Wichita, Kansas lived with the fear of a serial killer who called himself BTK, short for Blind Torture Kill. Then in 1991, just as suddenly as he appeared, he vanished. The killing stopped, the letter stopped, and over time, many believed he was either dead or in prison for something else. But in 2004, everything changed. Out of nowhere, the BTK killer resurfaced. He began sending a new wave of cryptic messages to local media and police. In total, there were 11 new communications. The last one was different. It wasn't just a letter. It came in a package, and inside was something that would finally break the case open, a floppy disk. The disk had been wiped, but investigators were still able to recover fragments of its metadata. What they found was shocking. It led them to a computer at Christ Lutheran Church in Wichita. From there, they traced the username on the disk to someone named Dennis Rader. A search at church records confirmed it. Dennis Rader wasn't just a member of the church. He was its president. The evidence didn't stop there. Investigators obtained a DNA sample from Rader's daughter and compared it to genetic material found at multiple crime scenes. It was a close enough match to confirm what police had long suspected. Dennis Rader was BTK. For his daughter and the rest of his family, the news was impossible to believe. To them, Rader was a loving father, a devoted husband, and an upstanding member of the community. But decades earlier, he had brutally murdered another family, the Oteros. It was January 15th, 1974. 15-year-old Charlie Otero came home from school and immediately sensed something was wrong. The kitchen looked like it had been torn apart. He called out, hoping someone would answer. Then he heard his sister's voice upstairs, crying for help. Charlie ran to the second floor. From the hallway, he looked into his parents' bedroom. What he saw would haunt him forever. His father, Joseph Otero, lay on the floor beside the bed. His mother, Julie, was on the mattress. Both had been tied up and strangled. When police arrived, Charlie begged them to find his younger siblings before they saw the horror inside. What he didn't know, what no one knew at the time, was that 9-year-old Joseph Jr. and 11-year-old Josie were already inside the house. They too had been murdered. That day marked the beginning of BTK's trail of terror. Dennis Rader would go on to kill 10 people in total, and for years he lived a double life. Father, husband, church leader by day, cold-blooded murderer in secret.
So anyway, they became a potential target.
So they were convenient.
Convenient.
How did they fuel the sexual fantasy then? Was there anything specific about that?
Mrs. Otero was attractive, and then I saw Josephine too, and the door opened. So here I am, you know. So do I just walk out the back door and they call the police? Or I go for it, and I went for it. I went in, I think it was a younger Otero. They were all in the kitchen, they were making sandwiches.
Younger male or female?
No, it was the younger, the junior, Joseph. Mr. Otero actually stepped up and told him I was coming for some food. I was wanted in California, or wanted.
I needed some food and water and some money and transportation. That was my ruse to kind of calm him down. He kind of laughed a little bit, and he said, "Well, this is a joke. You know, who said you were my brother-in-law?" And that's probably was their demise. If they probably struggled and fought with me, that would have been a different story. But they felt fairly comfortable, so that's what I was going to do. Okay. Well, I'll go, I'm a bad guy. I care for people, you know, I have concerns for people. So, and I hadn't really crossed that path yet where I was going to kill the people yet, so I was still in concern mode. And then I went in the other room and I thought, do I just leave or what? They already know me, my face, so I went back and put a plastic bag over Mr. Otero's head and put a garment over his neck and pulled up on it, and that's when it really hit the fan. And because they all could see what I was doing.
And kids were watching this?
Yes, they were watching it. They were screaming and hollering.
Did you want to move them from the scene at all?
No.
I
had to get in control. It was really noisy. They were screaming and.
The noise was bothering you?
Yeah, the noise was bothering me. And I knew the mailman would be out there or somebody would be walking by, so I had to control it very quickly. It was just something that I had to do. Once I started with Mr. Otero, I knew I had to do all 4 of them. Sexual fantasy is if I'm going to kill a victim or do something to a victim, is have them bound and tied. Now, somewhere along the line, in my dreams, I had what they call torture chambers, and to relieve your sexual fantasies, you have to go to the kill. And I don't think it was actually the person that I was after. I think it was the dream. I know that's not really nice to say about a person, but they were basically an object. They were just an object. That's all it were. I had more satisfaction building up to it and afterwards than I did the actual killing of the person.
It almost sounds like that's something separate and apart, like a different person.
Yeah, it's part of the compartment. I can switch back and forth, and once this character takes over, whatever it is, it drives me onward.
You can't stop it.
I can't stop it. It's just, it controls me. You know, it's like it's in the driver's seat.
Sometimes things aren't what they seem, and when you learn the full story, even the most ordinary moment can take on a disturbing new meaning. In this clip, an elderly woman steps out of her apartment in St. Petersburg, casually carrying a couple of trash bags. At first glance, it's the kind of quiet, forgettable scene that plays out every day. But look a little closer, and the truth behind this footage becomes far more unsettling. That woman is Tamara Samsonova, known across Russia as the Granny Ripper. And those bags she's carrying, authorities believe they may have held dismembered body parts. Her calm, routine behavior, just an old woman taking out the trash, feels deeply sinister once you understand who she really is and what she's accused of. Because behind that harmless exterior was a history of violence and a series of gruesome crimes that shocked even seasoned investigators. What once seemed mundane is now unforgettable. On just his 9th day at a new job, Matt Flores arrived at work around 8:15 a.m., ready to settle into his role as a newly hired engineer at Applied Materials, a company known for producing semiconductor chips. But before he could even start his day, tragedy struck as Matt pulled into the parking lot in a rented white Chevy Corsica. A nearby employee heard gunshots and looked over to see him lying by his open car door, bleeding from a fatal head wound. It was a broad daylight execution in March 1994, witnessed by more than 20 people who immediately called 911. Emergency crews arrived quickly, but it was too late. Matt had been shot at close range and died instantly. Strangely, there were no shell casings or signs of a struggle, suggesting he was ambushed without warning. Despite the crowd of witnesses, no one actually saw the shooter. Surveillance footage covered most of the area, but not the spot where Matt parked. One suspicious vehicle caught on camera, a dark Ford Explorer, had been circling the lot and appeared to follow Matt's car before the shooting. Moments after he arrived, Matt was dead and the SUV sped away. Unfortunately, the footage wasn't clear enough to identify the driver or the license plate, leaving investigators with few leads. 3 main theories emerged. A year earlier, another Applied Materials employee had died under suspicious circumstances, sparking rumors of a possible serial killer. That theory faded after the earlier case was solved with no ties to the company. Still, the coincidence was unsettling. Matt had a mysterious military past, including a connection to Nicholas Ganji, a man whose death was initially ruled a hit and run but later appeared suspicious. By 2016, all records of Matt's military service had disappeared, raising questions about whether he and Ganji had known something dangerous enough to get them both killed. Since Matt was driving a rental car, investigators considered the chilling possibility that he wasn't the intended target at all, that someone else was meant to die, and Matt was killed by mistake. The investigation stretched across 4 states, involved over 1,000 interviews, and cost more than $100,000. Yet nearly 30 years later, no one has been held accountable. The only clue remains a blurry security video, in the hope that someone, somewhere, knows the truth. Seeing someone on camera before they commit a brutal act is unsettling, but watching them act completely normal just moments before makes it even worse. CCTV footage shows Sean Bull and his friend Paulius Petrauskas casually walking to a store together, laughing and chatting like any pair of close friends. There's nothing in Sean's behavior that hints at what's to come. It's just another quiet evening, or so it seems. But the calm doesn't last. Not long after they return home, the same CCTV cameras capture Sean again, this time sprinting away from the scene of a violent crime. In his hand is a hunting knife, the very weapon he used to fatally stab Paulius. Though Sean Bull wasn't a serial killer, the footage paints a disturbing contrast. A friendly, familiar face turning deadly in an instant. Thanks to the clarity of the CCTV and the timeline it revealed, police were able to arrest him quickly after the attack. In 1990, 24-year-old Connie Lynn Royce was easing back into dating after a recent divorce. A business school student, she had made plans on the night of June 1st to go out for drinks with a man named Greg and his friend Brad. She drove her light blue 1980 Chevy Citation to Greg's apartment in Mount Clemens, Michigan, left her car there, and the three of them headed to a local bar called the Hayloft around 10 p.m. Security footage captured the trio entering the bar. Connie, wearing a black mini dress with a floral skirt, appeared to be in good spirits, and witnesses said nothing seemed out of the ordinary. But about an hour later, something changed. Connie told Brad she had to leave and abruptly exited the bar without her purse or shoes. Surveillance footage showed her stumbling, clearly intoxicated. When Greg returned from the restroom and heard what had happened, the two men searched outside for her but couldn't find her. They stayed at the bar until it closed, hoping she'd come back. She didn't. There was a possible sighting of Connie near a nearby payphone soon after she left the bar, reportedly next to an older 1970s-style car. However, no one saw her get inside. Another alleged sighting placed her at a nearby apartment complex, but police later ruled it out. Both Greg and Brad fully cooperated with the investigation and were ruled out as suspects. Bar staff confirmed their story and said Connie had about 4 drinks that night. Connie's ex-husband and a former boyfriend were also questioned and cleared due to strong alibis. Interestingly, earlier that same year, Connie had left her house barefoot after an argument with an ex, which made some wonder if her sudden exit from the bar could have been part of a similar pattern. Several theories emerged. She may have accidentally fallen into the nearby Clinton River, though searches turned up no signs of her. She might have been drugged and followed out of the bar by someone with bad intentions. The payphone sighting suggests she may have tried to call for help or a ride and encountered danger afterward. It's also possible she was abducted while wandering in a vulnerable state. In 2019, Detective Lieutenant Melissa Stevens with the Macomb County Sheriff's Office reopened the cold case, hoping that renewed attention might finally bring answers. In early 2017, a Chinese family living in the US was rocked by a horrifying tragedy. Liang Zhao, the father, called the police to report his 5-year-old daughter, Ashley, missing. The family had moved to the US because of the mother, Mingming Chen, who was a follower of Falun Gong, a spiritual practice that the Chinese government persecutes. But the truth was far more sinister.
Jackson Township Police.
Hi, yes, I need some help.
Okay, where are you at?
4924 Portage Street.
4924 Portage?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
I can't find my daughter.
Okay, how old is she?
5. Just turned 5. Jojo, stop it.
Okay, and you're at Ames?
Ames, yeah.
When's the last time you seen her?
This afternoon, probably.
Around what time?
3, maybe 4.
What? So you haven't seen her in 5 hours?
You saw her in 5?
What was she wearing?
Oh, okay. What?
What was she wearing?
She's wearing a purple winter coat. I don't know what those things are called, but they're not jeans. They're like
Like leggings?
Yeah.
What color were they?
Grayish.
Okay, and you haven't seen her in 5 hours?
About, yeah. I mean, she was there sleeping. I mean, you know.
Where was she sleeping at? In the restaurant?
Yeah. She was sleeping there, and I picked up my older daughter from school. We all saw her sleeping there. So, and you know, we went to work, and you know, we let her sleep. We got busy, and then after it got busy, you know, we started cleaning up, and then you know, we opened the door, and she's not here.
Hold on 1 second, okay? Okay, sir, what's your name?
Liang Zhao.
Okay, do you have any videos or anything in there where you can see a video, see if she was laying there?
No. We don't have any security camera in there. It's just in the restaurant. We've been here for 6 years. We never had security cameras here.
Okay.
So we saw her, like all of us, like my wife, myself, and my older daughter. When we came back, when I picked up my older daughter from school, we saw her there sleeping.
Okay, and so was there any suspicious people that came in at all? Do you think she could have woke up and ran out somewhere?
I have no idea. I mean, she was sleeping in the back. It's kind of hard to say when she was.
None of your employees have seen her?
There's only 2 of us, just myself and my wife. There's nobody else in the restaurant. There's only 3 people in the restaurant.
When you guys left, who was there with you? Like, who was there with your daughter when you guys left to go get your other kid from school?
My wife. I go pick her up myself. My wife is here in the restaurant. But when we came back, she's here. Like, my wife is here. The restaurant's open. The restaurant's always open. I usually open up. I drop my daughter off. I'm sorry. I drop my daughter off at school in the morning, and then we come here to open up.
But right now, though, like, when you left, you said you, your wife, and your daughter left to go pick up your daughter from school?
No, I didn't say that. I said my wife is here all the time.
Okay, and your wife hasn't seen her either since around 4 or 5 o'clock?
Okay. I think when we picked, I'm sorry, when I meant was myself, okay? When I went to pick up my daughter, when we came back, myself and my daughter, not my wife. My wife was here the whole time. When we came back.
So your wife hasn't seen her since around the 4 or 5 o'clock either?
Yes. She says she's not sure before we got busy. Usually we get these around 4 or 5 o'clock. That's the best time we can, you know, like.
That's right. What's your daughter's name?
Ashley.
Okay. All right, my officer's outside if you want to go and meet my officer at the door, okay?
He's here right now?
Yeah, he's already outside.
In the front or the back?
He should be in the front.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Investigations revealed that poor little Ashley had been dead for 12 hours before her parents called the police. Her mother, Ming Chen, had brutally beaten her, striking her multiple times in the head. After a failed attempt to revive her, the couple hid her body within the walls of their family restaurant. To cover up the crime, the father even staged a scene, driving the family to the restaurant with Ashley's car seat empty, making it appear as if she was still alive and sleeping. The motive for this horrific act remains unclear, but it's a stark contrast to the principles of Falun Gong, which emphasizes truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. Both parents were eventually arrested and sentenced to prison. Chen, who had been trying to stay in the US to practice Falun Gong, received a 22-year sentence for involuntary manslaughter and other charges. Zhao, though not directly responsible for the assault, was sentenced to 12 years for his role in concealing the crime and failing to protect his child. Imagine the thrill of running a half marathon at the magical Disneyland. For 35-year-old Caleb Graves, a dedicated Disney fan, it was a dream come true.
I'm marginally worried.
However, this year's race took a tragic turn. In a haunting video, Caleb expressed his concern about the scorching heat, a worry that would prove all too real.
I was outside for like 20 minutes walking my dog, just walking around the block. And it was hot, but I felt fine. And then like 10 minutes after I got back in, I just passed out. Just fell asleep, no control over my body. It was heat exhaustion.
On race day, the temperature soared to a blistering 108 degrees. As Caleb crossed the finish line, he collapsed, his heart tragically given out. This Georgetown Law School graduate, a seasoned marathoner who had conquered both Disneyland and Disney World, succumbed to the unforgiving heat. His untimely death serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of extreme weather conditions. Ashley Sheff, the winner of the Women's Half Marathon and a cardiologist, emphasized the importance of taking precautions during extreme heat.
Humidity was definitely one of the highest humidity races I've ever experienced, and it definitely made for a very challenging day out there.
This specific issue probably could have been avoided. When your body is telling you that there is something wrong, it's very important that you listen to it.
I really hope I get through the race tomorrow morning.
Caleb's story is a tragic lesson for everyone, highlighting the need to prioritize safety, especially when participating in outdoor activities during scorching temperatures. A seemingly harmless movie night at the AMC Theater in Buckhead turned into a terrifying ordeal when a dispute over a seat escalated into gunfire. The incident sent shockwaves through the theater, forcing moviegoers to flee for their safety.
If you can imagine, any incident inside a movie theater obviously conjures up any kind of pandemonium. The patrons inside the theater obviously heard the gunshot, quickly exited.
According to Atlanta police, the argument between two men over a seat assignment quickly spiraled out of control.
We know that when the suspect got to the movie had already started, proceeded to the seat, and their seat was occupied. And some type of argument ensued over the seat. And again, instead of just going to get a movie attendant to help resolve it, the shooter decided to use a handgun.
One of the individuals, enraged by the disagreement, resorted to violence, pulling out a handgun and firing shots. The victim, a 24-year-old man, was struck and rushed to the hospital. Authorities have released images of the suspected shooter and a woman believed to be a witness. The incident has left the community shaken, highlighting the senseless nature of weapon violence and the need for stricter weapon control measures.
It's like this everywhere. People are just angry. Someone could have lost their life. That's crazy. It's Christmas. It's a little too much.
In July 2017, a little girl named Marielle Cruz went to play at a friend's house. When she didn't come home, her family got worried and reported her missing. The whole neighborhood joined the search, but sadly, they found her lifeless body in a nearby grassy area. She had been strangled and stuffed into a sack. CCTV footage from the area showed a disturbing scene. Marielle was seen walking with her playmate's 13-year-old brother. It seems that Marielle was hesitant to go with the teenager, but he managed to convince her. They went into an abandoned house, and a few minutes later, the teen came out alone without a t-shirt, carrying a white sack. He then went to the spot where Marielle's body was found and hid it. The teen later admitted to the crime, saying he was provoked by Marielle's teasing. However, the brutal nature of the killing shocked everyone. The teen was turned over to social services, but there's a chance he might be sent home to his parents. Marielle's family is understandably angry and wants justice for their little girl. Before his untimely passing, Liam Payne shared some heartwarming video posts from his vacation in Argentina with his wife. It's bittersweet to see them enjoying their time together, even having a leisurely 1 p.m. breakfast.
Here's a little video of me. It's rude to put hats on the table.
Sorry.
Is this your hat?
Yeah.
Children. It's a lovely day here in Argentina. This is the breakfast table.
I'm just eating an orange.
Just enjoying coffee and breakfast, even though it's like 1 p.m.
Literally, we sleep in every day until at least 12. We're such losers.
No.
No.
In 2010, a 41-year-old woman named Surya Toha mysteriously vanished. Her husband, Munawar Toha, reported her missing, claiming he was too sick to get out of bed the day she disappeared. He said she left to drop off their young ones at school and never returned. The police initially suspected she might have run away, but her family and friends insisted she was a devoted mother who would never leave her children. Detectives started investigating, checking surveillance footage from her young one's school. The footage showed her dropping off the young ones, but there was no sign of her returning later that morning. As the investigation continues, Munawar was said to have found a strange note among Surya's belongings, suggesting she had been indecently assaulted by one of Munawar's co-workers named Malcolm Clark. The police investigated the co-worker, but they couldn't find any evidence linking him to the crime. As the investigation deepened, the focus shifted to Munawar. The police traced Surya's car using CCTV footage and discovered that it had been driven into a nearby lake. A closer look at the footage revealed the man driving the car and disposing of it in the lake. The man's appearance didn't match Malcolm Clark's appearance, as it was much shorter than him. The footage also showed Munawar's pickup truck at the scene shortly after the car went into the lake, double-checking if the car had really sank. Later on, police divers recovered Surya's car from the lake, and her body was found inside. Further investigation led the police to believe that Munawar had staged Surya's disappearance. They found evidence of a struggle in their home and blood droplets in the kitchen. After a thorough investigation, the police arrested Munawar for the murder of his wife. He was later convicted and sentenced to life in prison.
I just wanted to report a murder that I did a long time ago.
Okay, a long time ago?
Yeah.
Or today?
A long time ago.
What is that?
I buried him in his house.
Okay.
On 5th Street.
What's the address?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, sir.
How'd you get up here? You walked?
Yeah.
This is a long time ago, is what he's saying.
I'm just tired of covering it up already.
You try to cover it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm tired of living with my life, sir.
The guilt?
Hell yeah.
Okay. This is him. You doing okay? You're all sweaty. You run here? Or?
No, I drank.
Oh, you drank all that water right there?
No.
A New Mexico guy, Tony Peralta, had been carrying a heavy secret for years. Finally, in 2023, he couldn't take it anymore. He called 911 on himself, telling the cops he needed to confess to a murder. When the police arrived, Peralta calmly explained that he'd killed his landlord years ago while high on meth. He'd gotten angry over money and ended the landlord's life, then buried the body in the house. The cops, following Peralta's lead, went to the landlord's place. But when they tried to get specific details, Peralta kept saying he couldn't remember. He claimed he was so high at the time that his memory was a total blank.
You called us, but it's kind of mixed messages. You had handcuffs in here.
I killed somebody, dude, and I buried him.
Okay. Right here, are you making? Do you feel like you're able to leave if you wanted, or do you want to be here?
Yeah. I confessed to a murder.
Okay. How much have you had to drink today?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah. When you find his body, dude, it'll make you feel better. It's at his house.
That'll make you feel better?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to live with him anymore.
Okay, I understand that. Did it happen at the house?
It did.
It did?
I was on meth really bad.
Okay.
And I killed him because he didn't give me no money. And I buried him in his house.
In his house? Do you remember his name?
His name was Bill.
His name was Bill.
Everybody talks about it all the time.
Okay. How long ago?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Too long. Too long, boss. Don't ever say, don't kill nobody that you don't have to.
Okay.
What's it saying?
Saying
Pretty much all the way back is where you buried him.
Inside the shed?
Yeah, inside this little shed
Inside
thing.
of it?
That's what he's saying.
We need some more details.
All right, what do you want?
To be able to prove it.
Okay.
So let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
What year do you think this was?
I don't remember.
How old do you think you were?
I don't remember.
What does the victim look like? Or what
I
did
don't
the victim
remember.
look like? What do you mean you don't remember?
I don't remember. I just know that I killed him.
Why do you know that?
Because I knew that I killed him and I kept it a secret.
Okay. Why did you keep it a secret?
Because I didn't.
How long have you been keeping it a secret for?
A long time.
Like how long?
Like 7 years maybe.
Yeah. You see how all your answers are I don't know? That's what we're having a hard time with.
Well, I said I did it.
Yeah. But we need a lot more detail than that. Where did you bury him?
On the side house right there.
Okay. What part?
The part right there?
Yeah, but what part of that room?
The left side.
The left side?
Yeah, if you pull the board up and dig them up.
Okay. On the left side of the building?
Yeah.
So that's towards the courthouse?
Yes.
Okay. Which way is his head pointed?
I don't know.
Which way are his feet pointed?
I don't know.
How is he laying in there?
He's just dead. I don't know.
How deep is he buried?
Not very far.
Not very far?
Nope.
Are we talking like inches?
Yep.
Or like feet?
Inches.
Inches?
Yep. You'll find him.
You think he's decayed?
Oh yeah.
How long do you think it's been?
Too damn long.
Too damn long?
Yes, sir.
What was he wearing?
I don't remember.
Was he wearing clothes?
Yes.
Or did you bury him naked?
I buried him with clothes.
With clothes?
Yes.
Did he have shoes on?
I don't remember.
You know, things.
He was always good to me, and I took his life for no reason. And I don't have an excuse.
What did you
A lot of
use?
people have an excuse. I don't have one.
What did you use to kill him?
I don't remember.
Do you remember if it was some type of weapon or your hands?
I don't remember. All I know is that I buried him and I shouldn't have.
One of the officers told me that you had said it was some type of sharp object. Maybe like a knife or a screwdriver or something.
I don't remember.
Peralta confessed because the guilt had been eating away at him. He felt a huge weight lifted off his shoulders after coming clean. Though he couldn't provide specific details, he was grateful to the cops for helping him finally face the truth. In the quiet town of St. Louis, a dark cloud of tragedy descended upon Arts High School in October 2022. A 19-year-old former student, Orlando Harris, shattered the peace and security of the school community with a horrific act of violence. Harris, a troubled young man, had been grappling with feelings of isolation and loneliness. He had meticulously planned the attack, even compiling a list of potential victims. Armed with an AR-15, he entered the school, his intentions clear. The shooting unfolded swiftly, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. A 16-year-old dance team member and a 61-year-old teacher were tragically killed. The incident raises serious questions about the ease of access to firearms and the importance of mental health support. Weeks before the shooting, Harris's family had reached out to the police, expressing concerns about his mental state and his recent weapon purchase. However, the authorities failed to take adequate action, leaving a dangerous weapon in the hands of a troubled individual.
What does he suffer from again?
Depression. He tried to commit three times.
When did this happen?
He was taking medication, but I don't know if he stopped taking the medication.
If he's not a felon, and there's nothing that a judge says he's not mentally safe, like capable to have firearms or things like that, we personally can't take it.
This is crazy.
She originally wanted us to confiscate it, but let's try her out. You're a legal American. I mean,
This tragic event serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of inaction. It underscores the urgent need for stricter weapon control measures and improved mental health services. The loss of innocent lives is a profound tragedy that should compel us to take decisive action to prevent future tragedies. On December 14th, 2023, a 7-year-old boy named Aaron Vergara asked his mom if he could go outside to play. She said yes, but told him not to go too far. A few hours later, she started to worry when he didn't come home. She searched the neighborhood but couldn't find him. The police got involved and started investigating and found some disturbing CCTV footage The video showed Aaron walking with a 27-year-old man named Kevin McLaughlin, who worked for Aaron's family. They were seen walking together and then riding a tricycle. The police tracked down the tricycle driver, who said he dropped Kevin and Aaron off in Barangay Tigbawan. They also found out that Kevin had borrowed a motorcycle and claimed he was going somewhere nearby. The next day, Aaron's lifeless body was found in that same area. They had been strangled. When confronted, Kevin initially denied seeing Aaron that day. The family showed him the CCTV footage. Kevin was arrested and confessed to the crime. He claimed he killed Aaron in revenge for Aaron's mom mistreating his younger brother. He said he covered Aaron's mouth and kneeled on his stomach until he suffocated. The community was shocked and saddened by this tragic event. Kevin is now facing murder charges. This video clip, taken from a 7-Eleven on January 13, 2022, shows the suspect in the brutal murder of Brianna Kupfer. Just 30 minutes after the crime, he's seen casually paying for his stuff. Fast forward to the present, and justice has finally been served.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Sean Laval Smith, guilty of the crime of first-degree murder.
Sean Laval Smith was found guilty of first-degree murder for the horrific stabbing of Brianna, a UCLA grad student, while she was working alone at a furniture store in Hancock Park.
What he did to her, with this knife.
The attack happened back in January 2022. It was a brutal crime, and the jury reached a verdict after just an hour of deliberation. Brianna's parents, Todd and Lori Cooper, found some solace in the verdict. The prosecution argued that Smith acted with premeditation, while the defense claimed he was insane at the time of the crime.
This man hated women, and he was on a misogynistic rampage.
But you cannot say that this was premeditated.
I would say it's overwhelming sense of relief.
It will protect the public, which is what I think it's meant to do.
The jury rejected the insanity plea, finding Smith guilty and facing the possibility of life in prison without parole. In the summer 2014, 21-year-old Lucius Robbie was eager to embark on his junior year at the University of Montana. He packed his belongings, strapped 2 distinctive orange kayaks to his green Subaru Outback, and set off from his home in Idaho. However, his journey would tragically cut short. As days turned into weeks, Robbie's absence grew increasingly concerning. Friends, family, and local authorities launched a massive search effort across the vast wilderness of Idaho. Search and rescue teams, along with dedicated volunteers, combed through forests, valleys, and riverbanks, hoping to find any trace of the missing student. The search was a race against time, with each passing day diminishing the hope of finding Robbie alive. Volunteers scoured gas station surveillance footage, tracking Robbie's last known movements. His cell phone signal was last detected near the town of Lowman, Idaho, providing a crucial clue for the search teams. Tragically, the outcome of the search was far from hopeful. A helicopter assisting in the search efforts made a grim discovery. Robbie's car and one of his distinctive orange kayaks were found off the side of a highway, deep within a wooded area. The vehicle had veered off the road and collided with a tree, claiming Robbie's life. The accident likely occurred on the night of his disappearance, but heavy rainfall and wet conditions had erased any potential clues, such as tire tracks or other evidence. The sudden and tragic loss of Lucius Robbie sent shockwaves through his community. His family and friends mourned the loss of a bright young man with a promising future. Late one night in September 2022, a terrible car crash took the life of John Pappas, the father of popular YouTuber Steph Pappas. The crash was caused by a drunk driver named Jacob Lee MYUU, who was driving recklessly. The video footage of the crash is heartbreaking. Her father's car was completely totaled, and her mom and dog Cookie were on it. Thankfully, her mom was able to survive the crash, but Cookie did not make it. MYUU, who was high on illegal substances and alcohol, caused the accident, arrested and charged with several serious crimes, including aggravated vehicular homicide. Even though he pleaded not guilty, he eventually admitted his guilt and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. His driver's license was also permanently revoked. This tragic incident is a stark reminder of the dangers of drunk driving. It's a heartbreaking loss for Steph, her family, and her many fans. James Stowe, a charismatic YouTuber, captivated audiences with his unique brand of adventure. Known for his daring train-hopping escapades, he documented his journeys across the country, sharing raw, unfiltered footage and witty commentary. With each video, Stowe invited viewers to experience the thrill and danger of life on the rails. Despite the inherent risks, Stowe's passion for exploration drove him to push boundaries. He rode atop freight trains, navigating treacherous landscapes and encountering countless challenges. His videos showcased his resilience and adventurous spirit as he faced the elements and the ever-present threat of danger. Tragically, Stowe's journey came to an abrupt end in November 2017. A fatal accident in Baltimore claimed his life, leaving a void in the hearts of his fans and a mystery surrounding the circumstances of his death. While some reports suggest he may have fallen from an overpass, others point to a potential encounter with an Amtrak train. Stowe's untimely passing left a lasting impact on his online community. Many fans continue to seek answers, hoping to gain a clearer understanding of the events that led to his tragic demise. However, the mystery surrounding his death only adds to his legend. His videos, filled with his distinctive humor and captivating footage, serves as a testament to his adventurous spirit and his unwavering dedication to his craft. A respected jeweler living in a nice home is brutally murdered by two imposters posing as utility workers. It's a shocking crime that has sent ripples through the nation. These two criminals dressed in fake uniforms tricked their way into the man's home where they viciously attacked him. His wife, though injured, managed to survive the ordeal. The suspects were eventually caught, one in Louisiana and the other in Michigan. The local energy company, DTE, has warned people to be cautious and verify the identity of any workers who come to their homes.
Check independently yourself with the company they're supposed to be representing and ask if they have a person at your door. Verify, verify, verify.
We're checking for gas leaks.
This tragic incident serves as a stark reminder that we should always be vigilant, even when it seems like someone is just trying to do their job. High on Life was more than just a YouTube channel. It was a lifestyle, a philosophy, and a community. A group of adventurous friends, including Riker Gamble, Alexei Lack, and Megan Scraper, embarked on a journey to explore the world and inspire others to do the same. Their channel, with over 600,000 subscribers, showcased their thrilling escapades, from diving in crystal clear waters to scaling towering cliffs. The High on Life crew embodied the spirit of adventure, capturing the hearts of viewers with their infectious energy and contagious enthusiasm. Their motto, "If you can, you should," encouraged people to break free from their comfort zones and embrace new experiences. Tragically, this vibrant community was shattered in 2018. A fatal accident in Shannon Falls in Canada claimed the lives of Riker, Alexei, and Megan. The news of their untimely demise sent shockwaves through the online community. Fans and fellow YouTubers mourned the loss of these beloved figures, expressed their grief, and offering condolences to their families and friends. The remaining members of the High on Life crew paid tribute to their fallen comrades, sharing heartfelt messages and dedicating future videos to their memory. Despite the tragic loss, the spirit of High on Life lives on. The channel continues to inspire viewers to pursue their passions and live life to the fullest. The legacy of Riker, Alexei, and Megan will forever be etched in the hearts of those who were touched by their adventures and their unwavering zest for life. Check out this body cam footage that captures the tragic events leading up to the death of Georgia officer Joe Burson. Last June, this guy got pulled over for a routine traffic stop. When the officer approached the car and asked him to step out for further questioning, the guy got a bit squirrely. He insisted on having a lawyer present, claiming he knew he was going to get arrested for smoking weed. The officers, trying to get to the bottom of things, asked him if there was any pot in the car and how much. But the guy started acting aggressive, and before the officers could react, he bolted back to his car.
2318. Sorry? I know the drill. You said you smoke pot, so we're going to search the car. So you're going to arrest me and detain me.
Was there pot in there? How much? No. Just, no. Stop. Go back.
I'm sorry. I was going to the car.
Stay on the ground.
The officer tried to stop him with a taser, but it didn't faze the guy. The video shows a brief but intense struggle between the two. Suddenly, the car speeds off, with Officer Burson and the suspect inside, while another officer gives chase. The chase eventually ends and the suspect surrenders, lying face down on the ground.
Get on the ground! Two more units! Roll over!
Cuffed and arrested, he's taken into custody. The video cuts off as the officers are trying to help Officer Burson, but sadly, it's believed that he didn't make it. Greg Pledd, a name synonymous with fitness, discipline, and an indomitable spirit, left an indelible mark on the world of fitness and motivation. A former Army Ranger and a renowned fitness model, Pledd's life was a testament to his unwavering dedication to physical and mental excellence. With a physique sculpted by rigorous training and a mind fueled by unwavering determination, Pledd inspired millions through his dynamic workouts and motivational speeches. His YouTube channel was a platform where he shared his passion for fitness, offering guidance and encouragement to his followers. From intense workouts to insightful discussions on health and wellness, Pledd's content resonated with audiences around the globe. Tragically, Pledd's life was cut short in 2015 while filming a video in Burbank, California. He was struck and killed by a train. The exact circumstances surrounding the accident remain unclear, but it's believed that he may have been attempting a dangerous stunt or misjudged the timing of an oncoming train.
All black, the train went by. I saw him stumbled over the tracks. He had a camcorder in his hand, something like yours, and then that was it. The train stopped.
And you didn't see? You just saw him walking across the track?
Well, I saw him stumble over the tracks as the train was going by, and then it stopped right there.
Despite his untimely demise, Pledd's legacy continues to inspire. His videos serve as a reminder of his unwavering commitment to pushing boundaries and achieving greatness. His impact extends far beyond his physical presence, as his message of perseverance, discipline, and self-improvement continues to resonate with individuals seeking to transform their lives. On August 26th, a massive explosion ripped through a liquefied petroleum gas station near Bucharest, Romania. The blast left one person dead and injured 46 others, including 26 brave firefighters who rushed to the scene in Crovidia commune to battle the blaze. It was a terrifying ordeal that shocked the nation.
Schizophrenics. I'm not schizophrenic at all.
So why were they giving you that?
Going to King's Daughters, and I should have went to the military hospital here in Cheyenne.
Okay. What branch of the military were you in?
Panther Division. Let's see here. I did a little bit towards in Iraq.
Okay.
Let's see here. Afghanistan.
Yeah. What branch?
Sniper.
You were a sniper with what branch?
No branch.
No branch?
No.
On August 1st, 2024, around 4:25 p.m., Columbus cops got a call about a guy named Benjamin Wheeler freaking out and threatening his parents at their house on Cherryberry Drive. The officers showed up to try and calm things down, but Wheeler wasn't having it. He claimed to have weapons and locked himself inside.
You lived here, sir?
I lived here for 30 years.
Nice. All right. All right. You on your medication right now?
I don't take medication anymore. My doctor put me off that stuff a long time ago.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
What were you on?
It was a mixed up. I went to King's doctor instead of going to my military doctor.
Oh, okay.
You know what Ropoxin is?
No.
Yeah.
What branch of the military were you in?
Panther Division. Let's see here. I did a little bit towards in Iraq.
Okay.
Let's see here. Afghanistan.
Yeah. What branch?
Sniper.
You were a sniper with what branch?
No branch.
No branch?
No,
Okay. All right. Okay. Did you threaten your dad today?
No, I didn't threaten him. I said martial law has been declared.
What do you mean by that?
Martial law is you got a certain bit of property. We're at war. There's gunshots here every night.
Really?
Come here. Since you're an officer, come here. Do you see this? Sniper shot. Just tell
You talking about these three right here and then this one by the window?
Yeah, they're sniper shots.
When that happened?
A couple nights ago.
A couple nights ago? All right.
Can I see a warrant?
I don't have a
own
warrant.
This house. I own the whole Mickey Mouse.
The whole Mickey
whole
Mouse?
Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
There's 250 houses here. We are surrounded.
Yeah.
Martial law has been declared. I have a 6262 radio. I am talking to the military coming. I am telling you this now. I'm not bothering nobody. Martial law has been called. I am armed. I will defend myself.
You say you're armed?
I am armed.
Where?
In my room.
You have a gun on you now?
I may have.
Do you have a weapon on you?
I may have. I don't have to tell you, sir.
Yes or no?
You have a weapon on you, dude.
Just tell us so we can all be safe. I want to be
safe.
We're here with your family. I got a family. All right. We all want to be safe.
We are telling you to leave him alone. He is a marshal. I'm good. I'm good.
The cops called in the SWAT team to handle the situation. They tried talking to Wheeler, but he was barricading himself in and making it tough for them to get inside. As the SWAT team was trying to figure out how to get in, Wheeler managed to stab 3 of the officers.
Yeah, let's go! Go low, go low. Benjamin! Go low. He's got it. What was that? Fuck. What was that? All right. Okay. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Hey. Oh, shit.
Ben, drop the knife. Drop the knife, Ben. 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 Get it. Come out, come out.
Tactical?
No, he's in the base.
Which leg?
Is he stabbed?
Left,
yeah.
Lower left leg, you sweet.
In the end, the cops had to shoot him to stop the threat. The rest of the video hasn't been made public. He was later found dead in the basement. Thor Eof, a name synonymous with daring and eccentricity, captivated the internet with his unique brand of extreme content. Known to his millions of followers as Abator, he pushed the boundaries of human endurance, fearlessly embracing the cold, the wild, and the bizarre. Abator's videos were a blend of breathtaking stunts and quirky humor. He ice skated on thin, treacherous ice, dove into freezing lakes, and even drank vodka and engine oil, all while maintaining a stoic, almost comical demeanor. His unconventional lifestyle and daring exploits made him a hero, admired by many for his courage and originality. However, Abator's adventurous spirit ultimately led to his tragic demise. In November 2021, while filming a video on a frozen lake near Kongsberg, Norway, he fell through the ice. Despite attempts to rescue him, he succumbed to hypothermia. His untimely death shocked and saddened his fans worldwide, who mourned the loss of a beloved figure. Even in death, Abator's legacy lives on. His videos continue to attract new viewers, drawn to his unique blend of danger and humor. He will be remembered as a true original, a fearless explorer who pushed the limits of human endurance. His untimely passing serves as a poignant reminder of the risks inherent in pursuing extreme activities, but also the enduring power of human spirit and the indelible mark one can leave on the world. Albert Derlund, a bright star in the Danish entertainment scene, captured hearts with his infectious humor and creative genius. As a talented YouTuber and actor, he effortlessly blended comedy, music, and storytelling to create content that resonated with audiences of all ages. Derlund's YouTube channel was a treasure trove of laughter, featuring hilarious sketches, catchy music videos, and engaging vlogs. His ability to connect with his viewers on a personal level made him a beloved figure in the online community. In 2018, he further solidified his status as a rising star by starring in the comedy film Team Albert, which garnered critical acclaim and a dedicated fanbase. Tragically, Derlund's life was cut short in 2021 while hiking in the Italian Alps. While filming a video for his YouTube channel, he accidentally slipped and fell off a cliff. Despite a swift rescue attempt, he succumbed to the fall. His untimely death sent shockwaves through the YouTube community, leaving fans devastated and heartbroken. Derlund's legacy, however, lives on. His videos continue to entertain and inspire, and his memory is cherished by his fans and loved ones. He will be remembered as a talented artist, a kind soul, and a true inspiration. A crazy incident went down in Lake Jackson, Texas. Cops were called to school because some dude was messing around in a dumpster. Before they could even get there, he jacked a truck and took off like a bat out of hell. The cops chased him through Brazoria County and things got wild. The guy was reckless, ramming his stolen truck into 2 other cars and even trying to run over a cop. The chase finally ended with a crash, and that's when things escalated. The guy charged at the cops with a knife, forcing them to shoot him. It's pretty intense stuff.
We got it!
Stand up. Put your hands behind your back. Someone got rubber gloves. She's covered in blood. I bet you got gloves.
Cannon cops dropped a seriously disturbing video of a woman named Alexis Farrell getting hauled off to jail for, get this, eating a cat. Yeah, you heard that right. This whole bizarre incident went down back in August in a neighborhood in Canton, Ohio. Neighbors called the cops, freaked out, and after witnessing Farrell, a 27-year-old, brutally killing a poor innocent cat and then gulp eating it. The police report is straight up horrifying. It says she stomped on the cat's head and then proceeded to chow down on it. Seriously, yikes.
Let's go.
Yeah, there's a lot of units close together around here. I haven't found anybody walking around.
can show me complete route to headquarters.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm putting a blanket on that back seat first. Hold on. So you have a right to remain silent on anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney if you can't afford one, won't be appointed to you at state's expense. You have a right to have that attorney present during any questioning. Smile for me.
Smile with your teeth.
Go like this. Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it? No, why'd you kill it? Get in there. It's ridiculous. Here. It's all right, other kitty, you're safe. Did you guys see all this?
No, we pulled up and she was just laying there with me.
Did you see her eating it? She was eating it?
Yeah. She said, but if blood on her shoes, she said she stumped it out.
Yeah.
33 gun.
Well, you don't kill a cat and go to the hospital. You go to jail.
Southwest with Sam 410221. Sam 410221.
Two other kids. That's what she was saying. Yes.
Copy out at 10th and Duber with Sam 410221. 2259 hours.
You guys never seen her before or anything?
No.
202.
I've seen her over there, but I don't know like exactly.
You call the Humane Society, see if they'll come pick this cat up. It's deceased.
Pharrell was slapped with some serious charges, including animal cruelty. The Humane Society had to come and collect the remains. It's just a whole messed up situation. In that video, well, it's not for the faint of heart. Chantel Glass's lawyers only decided to fight for the release of the body camera footage after she was physically abused in jail. This mother of three, already uncomfortable, was pepper sprayed and restrained.
Y'all wipe me, please.
I'm gonna take you to the nurse. She'll take care
Nurse, please, man. You're breathing or you wouldn't be screaming.
The video taken from above shows what happened before the incident.
You can see from the video that this is not something that this was new to this group of people. Just their reactions lead to that inevitable conclusion that this is a ritual of torture that they engage in time and again.
I sat in that chair that day and prayed over and over again that I wouldn't die.
Glass had been arrested for a domestic dispute at a relative's place and an old traffic warrant. She insists she repeatedly asked to make a phone call but was mistreated for it. One officer claims she threatened him, even lifting her leg, but Glass only reacted.
You can see from the video that she didn't try and kick him until he hurt her.
Officers Robert Marsh and Idris Fareed Clark faced multiple charges, including assault, and have pleaded not guilty. Despite being detained for 48 hours and spending time in a cell, Glass was never actually charged with a crime. She believes her asthma worsened due to the ordeal. The video also reveals her repeated requests for water, which seem to have been ignored. We can't forget the horrifying images of 78-year-old Esther Pisker being violently thrown into her bed by a nurse's aide. Those shocking pictures led to criminal charges and raised public awareness.
I began to see changes in my mother.
Now Esther's son, Steve Pisker, is fighting for a new law to put cameras in all nursing homes.
I put the camera in, I caught abuse in the first 2 days, but I didn't know exactly how it was going to be handled. Yes, it's definitely time to pass the law.
He doesn't want anyone to forget what happened to his mother. Back in 2011, Steve first suspected something was wrong when his mom's behavior changed and he noticed unexplained bruises. He secretly installed a camera in a room at the Metro Health nursing home. The footage revealed shocking abuse. 2 aides were arrested and jailed, 3 were fired, and others were disciplined. But that wasn't the end of the story. 8 years later, Steve is still pushing for Esther's Law, which would allow families to put cameras in nursing home rooms. State Senator Nikki Antonio introduced the bill, modeled after Illinois law.
Anybody who's walked the path with their own parents as they age understands the need for special protections as people get older. Not only is it important today, it's going to be especially important tomorrow. We want them to age with dignity. We want them to be taken care of safely and appropriately, and I think this can help.
Cameras would be visible with a sign outside the room. Patients could request the camera be turned off for privacy during certain activities. For Steve, this law is a way to honor his mother, who passed away at 85. A similar bill was introduced in 2013 but failed due to concerns about patient privacy. A heartbroken dad in Arizona is facing serious charges after his 2-year-old daughter died in a hot car. Christopher Schultz was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. The tragedy happened when Schultz left his daughter Parker in the car while he went inside. Police say he left the car running with the AC on, but later reports suggest the car might have been turned off. Either way, poor Parker was trapped in the scorching heat for 3 hours. The temperature inside the car reached a dangerous 108 degrees. Text messages between Schultz and his wife reveal a heartbreaking exchange. She warned him multiple times about leaving the young ones in the car, but he didn't listen. After the tragedy, he admitted to his wife, "I killed our baby." It's heartbreaking to think that a simple mistake could lead to such a devastating outcome, but prosecutors believe this wasn't a one-time accident. Schultz's older children told police that their dad often left them in the car, sometimes as many as 59 times. Body cam footage shows Schultz's emotional arrest. He's clearly distraught and can't believe what's happening.
This doesn't change what's going on, okay? What happens at this point, it's simple, okay? What happens at this point is you are going to be taken into custody, all right? And you will be booked. And then after you are booked, you have an initial appearance with the judge within the first 24 hours, okay? After the first 24 hours, right, the judge will determine bond and things like that as far as what happens next. At that point, the case goes to the courts. It'll be between you, it'll be between your attorneys, and it'll be between the county prosecutor. So, again, I can't change the consequences of what happened, all right? But what I'm going to ask of you... Okay.
Could I just have you stand up for me, please?
Come on, Chris. Let's go out here. Can you grab him some shoes, please? No, come on, Christopher. It's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
His family members are also upset and don't understand why he's being charged with such a serious crime.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you say bye to our kids?
Okay. So listen to what I'm saying.
I'm not resisting.
I know.
Just please. Just relax.
I need you to listen.
Christopher.
I need you to listen.
Just relax.
We will
Just
get your
relax.
shoes.
Just relax.
And these are the options, okay? The reason that I'm here and meeting with you in person, the reason I'm here meeting with you in person is because I don't want this to be anything more than what it needs to be at its base level. Okay? I don't want the kids to be traumatized. I don't want the kids.
Wait till after the funeral?
I don't want the kids to see Dad get hauled off.
Seriously?
Am I going to be there for my baby's funeral?
That's going to be between you and the court.
Okay. Can I give him a kiss?
Yeah, that's fine.
I love you.
I love you. There you go.
Chris, I'm going to be here and I'll take care of everything. I love you. I love you. The funeral is Friday. No heart. No heart at all. Yeah. Do you have anything on you that's inappropriate with your daughters? Okay. What's your name? Christopher, are you willing to talk some more with us? No.
I know there's a lot going on and I know you're angry. And it's okay to be angry, okay? As an arresting officer, I can't change the law.
I know. But seriously? Mom. His daughter, he's suffering.
Mom. I know.
The funeral. Mom, he knows.
I know. Mom. I know he's feeling the guilt. I know he's feeling anguish. I can't change the law, okay? So the next steps after this, okay, he's going to county right now. He'll be booked. He has to see a judge within 24 hours. That's the law. He'll see a judge within 24 hours. Okay, at that initial appearance, between him, the judge, and the prosecutor is what's determined as far as his conditions of release, any bond, things like that.
In court, the prosecutor argued that Schultz had been dishonest with the police and had a pattern of neglecting his children. The judge, however, decided to release Schultz on his own recognizance. The first-degree murder charge might seem harsh, but it's possible because of the underlying child abuse charge. Prosecutors can argue that Parker's death was a direct result of her father's negligence.
Of most concern to the state in the interim complaint is the lack of truth-telling by the defendant when interviewed by the police. That was quickly contradicted by police, as well as his awareness of not only the timing that the car would shut off, but the text messages between him and his wife indicating that there was an awareness that this was an issue long before this happened.
This tragic case serves as a reminder of the dangers of leaving children unattended in hot cars. It's a heartbreaking situation that highlights the importance of child safety. In a quiet night in May 2019, 18-year-old Riley Crossman vanished from her home. Her mom's boyfriend, Andy McCauley, seemed really nervous when the police talked to him. He claimed he left for work early and didn't see Riley. Riley's friends told the police that she was scared of Andy. That didn't quite add up, though, because she left her phone and purse behind.
Oh, sorry, buddy. They're going to bring the dog up to sniff around and see if they can get a trail for him, but I wouldn't mind talking to you for a minute if you got a minute. Yep. When's the last time you saw her?
About 9, maybe 10-ish.
At night?
Yeah.
And what context was that?
She was here in the house with me. Well, grandma was here till like 7.
Okay.
I think it was 7:30. She left.
Okay.
The kids were here out with me.
Right.
She was at work till 10, I think it was. She got home.
Okay.
9:30, 10 o'clock. She got home.
Okay. And what time did she go to bed?
Me?
No, the girl.
She went to bed probably. Well, I don't know what time she went to bed, but she was. All the kids were in the room by like 9:30.
Okay.
The kids actually were here. Me, Ryder's here. Riker was here. I was there.
Okay.
And she was upstairs.
She went upstairs. That's the last you saw her. Yeah. Did you see her leave in the morning?
No. I left 4. I got up 4 o'clock in the morning. Left 5.
Okay.
Go to work.
Where are you working at now?
Howard and Martinsburg doing construction.
Okay. Was that the mom around arguing here last night?
No.
Or I mean the night before? Anything? Any reason she would leave?
No.
Okay. Because the rumor going around, people telling us that she was afraid to come home. I don't know if that's. I mean, you know how people go sometimes. But
no, there's nothing like that.
Okay. So.
She wouldn't have to be her. I mean, they're right. They ain't like that. They're never like that.
He says nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Her mom wasn't even home.
Right.
She was at work.
No, you. They said that she got an argument
with
you and
no.
didn't want to come home.
No.
So, I don't know.
She was her grandma. You can ask your grandma. She was here doing dishes and everything. Her grandma was here till 7:30.
Okay.
Debbie.
Right.
Yeah.
The cops were puzzled. They decided to take a closer look at Andy. A lie detector test was inconclusive, but the examiner later learned that Andy was an illegal substance addict and was probably high during the test. When the police questioned Andy again, his story kept changing. First, he said he'd slept all night, but then he admitted to sneaking out at 2 a.m. to buy illegal substances.
In the morning, I don't know what's that. Yeah.
I don't drive. She won't let me drive. I don't drive nothing. I don't want to drive her car at all. She mad at you? She's not mad at me. She's mad at me for getting high. She's like, we wouldn't have been out at 2:30 in the morning, and we wouldn't have to be going through these steps. And now we can go back and help me search for the kid, search for her right now. And I'm stuck in here for fucking 2 hours. Then she'll be out there looking for her. You know what I mean?
When did you get to work that morning?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock? So you made it back to the house by 4?
Yeah, looks at it literally. I was right there and back.
His phone records showed he was frantically texting a friend, asking for a place to stay. The next day, Andy's behavior got even weirder. He borrowed a work truck and disappeared for hours. Neighbors spotted the truck near Andy's house. The police knew something fishy was going on.
Be surprised if you told me something completely different.
Maybe.
Okay.
What do you say different?
Okay. This is one of these times you need to really sit down and think about what you're going to say. Okay. Because what he told me is complete opposite of what you just said. Okay. All it is. Okay. So do you want to rethink what you just told me? One thing I'm going to not do to you is lie to you. I promise you that. I will never lie to you. I'm not going to make up shit. Okay? Don't do that to me.
I'm not trying to.
Okay. You're not trying to. Let's try this again. Let's go back. I know it's been a couple days. I know a lot has happened. Okay, I get that. I understand that. Let's go back to Wednesday morning. Let's go through this again and tell me what happened. You're down there for about an hour and a half for him to come. And you get your stuff, you use your stuff, and then you go back.
Good job, yeah.
Okay. And then what happens?
We work the rest of the day.
Okay. And then what happens?
We went home.
Okay. And then what happens?
We got home and Chantel says Riley's missing.
Okay.
And
what if I told you that I know you weren't at that Sunoco and you didn't buy drugs off anybody that day? See what I'm getting at? Okay. We went from this story to this story, now we're gonna get a third story. Okay. This is one of these times you really need to think of what you're telling me. Okay, because you're not being honest. Remember what I told you about being honest?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just throw shit at you. Okay? I'm not here to do that to you. I'm not gonna insult you in any way, shape, or form. Please don't do that to me. Okay? I know you weren't there. Okay? I know you didn't buy drugs off your cousin, and I know you didn't use them in that parking lot that day. Okay?
They dug deeper and found out that Riley had told her boyfriend she was scared of Andy. She even said Andy was in her room.
I told you her last text to her boyfriend. We're saying don't talk because she still has the FaceTime on. Andy's in here. I'm afraid.
that's what it said.
What if I told you that?
I would say that's crazy.
100%.
I would say that's crazy. There's no reason Riley would ever be scared of me. She never was scared of me, ever.
I can put my hand on the Bible and tell you I saw those texts today.
The cops took Andy's shoes for evidence, and they started tracking the green truck on surveillance cameras. The trail led them to a remote location, where they found Riley's body. Nearby, they discovered bolts and sheetrock dust that matched items in Andy's possession. With this overwhelming evidence, Andy was arrested and convicted of first-degree murder. He'll spend the rest of his life behind bars for his horrific crime. It was a scene straight out of a nightmare. Ocean County, New Jersey was rocked to its core when police raced to a home where two innocent children, a tender 1-year-old and a sweet 3-year-old, were found lifeless. The horrifying truth emerged. Their own mother, 27-year-old Naomi Elkins, had allegedly taken their lives. She's accused of drowning them in separate bathtubs and, in a particularly chilling act, stabbing the 1-year-old.
What do you need?
Can I just say something?
We got one right over there.
You're here somewhere.
We got one right there on the road.
Yeah, all right, we're gonna walk down that way for now. Okay? 21's probably the closest car. Yeah, what about 21?
Yeah, I mean, it's just being taped too, but we could, whatever. I mean,
we can move it. It doesn't matter.
I'm just gonna seatbelt you in front. I was trying to see, they said there was another door.
Probably right there, that'll go upstairs, you lock it downstairs, right? You go,
That's what they said that locked door was.
I think that make sure it's secure in there.
Yeah, that's what I just want to make sure. Yeah. Yep, so that's secure. Yeah, it's locked from the other side.
But this is what we came in.
Mm-hmm. When I first walked in, this was, I mean, it still is. There's a puddle with a bucket here. I didn't see any blood when I came in, but I don't know if that's what.
She was cleaning. Well, this is freshly mopped.
So when I walked in, this is where
Mom was in here.
Mom was sitting right in this chair already, but I don't know where she was when they found him. I think they said she was sitting right over here.
The news sent shockwaves through the community. People were left stunned and heartbroken, struggling to comprehend the depths of such cruelty. As detectives delve into the case, piecing together the tragic puzzle, Naomi was taken into custody. She faces multiple murder charges and is currently locked up, awaiting her day in court.
Back here with me, I'm going to put you in a cell, okay? You have to take your glasses off.
do it for us. But yeah, I'll come fill it out.
So you got your ring? We took your ring?
That's your ring.
Won't be able to hear much, but if I don't have a charger, I won't be able to.
Yeah, you can put those in there too. We'll hold on to them for you.
Is there a way to turn those off, Naomi?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I just don't want you to.
Is this like a... Wow. And you just stand there, face the wall. Face the wall, turn around. Okay.
Sorry. What happened? Like, next day, what happened?
They're going to charge you, and then you're going to go to Ocean County Jail. Okay?
Chilling surveillance footage has emerged from the trial of 15-year-old Carly Gregg, who is accused of murdering her own mother. The video captures the horrifying moment when Gregg shot her mom multiple times in the face inside their Mississippi home. Gregg is then seen calling a friend over to witness the gruesome scene. The disturbing footage played in court by investigators reveals the aftermath of the attack. If convicted, Gregg could face life in prison. This shocking case has sent shockwaves through the community and raised serious questions about the factors that could lead a teenager to commit such a heinous crime. A routine traffic stop in Florida takes a shocking turn. A 43-year-old man, Timothy Hickerson, is pulled over for running a red light. But little did the police know they had just apprehended a wanted fugitive.
Sorry, you got a warrant for your arrest for burglary. What? For burglary.
Hickerson, a resident of Palm Coast, was wanted in Virginia for a heinous crime, murder. Back in 2010, he was the last person seen with Shane Ryan Donahue, who mysteriously vanished. Though Donahue's body has never been found, authorities believe he was murdered. Hickerson was also charged with burglarizing Donahue's home. The case went cold for years, but new information brought it back to life. Now Hickerson is behind bars in Florida awaiting extradition to Virginia to face justice for his alleged crimes. The shocking arrest highlights the unpredictable nature of law enforcement and the importance of never giving up on unsolved cases. Imagine this, it's a sweltering summer day in June 2021. The sun beats down, baking the streets and turning parked cars into ovens. And inside one of those cars, trapped and terrified, is a poor innocent dog. The Parma Police Department got a call about this heart-wrenching situation. When they arrived at the scene, they found the poor pup panting heavily, its eyes wide with fear. The car's battery was dead, leaving the doors locked tight. The poor thing had been trapped inside, alone and helpless for an entire night. The dog's owner, a woman named KW, has a troubling history of animal cruelty.
Lives at the other address.
He's got to be. I can't imagine. If it's been in there all night, it's in the floorboard on this side. It's behind the driver's seat.
He's dead, I want her.
come back here with me, okay?
Hang on.
She's gonna take
I
it.
need somebody to open. Oh, no, are you here? Arrest her. The damn dog's dead.
All right, come here. You're being detained right now, okay?
No, they're arresting me, Phil.
Come here. Stand up.
Yeah.
Stand up.
I gotta have no underwear on.
Okay, stand up.
My foot, look.
Just stand up. Okay, just stay right there.
Hold on. It hurts.
What'd you step on?
Something, I don't know.
Okay. All right, relax. All right, hang up the phone.
Phil, they're arresting me.
Hang up the
Thank
phone.
you. Thank you.
Hang up the phone.
Please.
Okay.
Karma.
Come on.
Please don't grab me like that.
Hey, relax.
Please don't grab me like that.
Stop her.
Get out of here, before I kill you!
Okay, hold on.
Really? She just said that to me. I'm stabbing in my foot.
Stop.
It hurts. I'm not running, dude. I'm not a bad person. Can you please stop hurting me?
No, come on.
You're hurting me. You on my foot. You're hurting me, dude. I'm not trying to run, dude. I don't have shoes on.
Okay, they're gonna come in the back of this car.
94-6, you're being mean.
Casey,
What do you mean today?
how has your dog been in the car
I left
all day?
my parents in Bedford at between 5 and 6 in the morning, like real early, because my dad leaves for work with him. My car was running the whole time. And then I took him out and then put him back in with the car running like I do, and the car died.
What time was that at?
About noon. Car died.
What time do you think it is now? So you're telling me the
It's
keys are
2:30
in
now,
there?
But I've been outside.
The keys are in there?
Yeah, the keys are in it. Unless
Well,
I
how
took
would
them
it
out.
just die?
Huh?
How would the car just die?
I don't know. The battery keeps dying in that car.
Why, I don't understand
Why would you leave your dog in the car?
Because I was leaving again. I don't just leave him on it.
I mean,
On purpose like that.
It's
2.5 hours.
And it's
I was
hot.
outside with him. I put him in there because it's hotter in the house than it is in the car. With the car running, it's cooler. That's true. Like, it's really hot in there.
All right. That's more than I need to know. I'm gonna go cut her up. So. What's that? She's just all over the place, dude. So. I think there's a history. Can you just stay here with her for 1 second? I'm gonna go talk to her real quick, and then dude, is there a history with her? I'm assuming.
I don't know. There's 3 of them.
Okay.
She's being charged.
Yeah. No, I talked to her. She sits definitely. So I just wanted to see if I have her back there, and that's why I wanted to talk to you to make sure that I'll be.
Yes, take her to jail.
I get it. Okay.
This was original calls for a lockout?
Yes, but then if you look in the CAD comments, it even says the dog's been in the car all night. The call was for a lockout because there's a dog in the car.
So she called for a lockout?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
I think somebody else is on the way, but it's a shitty way to start the day. I get it. That's why I didn't want to ask too much. So I'm going to take her back for the cruelty, the 8-3, I think, or whatever it was. So
I'll be over the cider.
okay. Do I cite her, or do you? I don't know how any of that works. I mean, I can't.
Please allow me to.
Okay. Do you want me to just start the ticket or anything, or is that I don't know?
She's been in trouble with the law before, and this time, she's facing serious charges. She's been accused of animal cruelty and has pleaded not guilty. As she awaits her day in court, she's out on bail, free to roam the streets, while the dog she neglected suffers the consequences of her actions. June 23, 2024, 2 brave Chicago police officers are on duty, ready to protect and serve their community. Suddenly, a call comes in. A guy with a weapon is on the loose. The officers spring into action, rushing to the scene. They quickly learn that the armed man has already attacked someone and is now on the run. Without hesitation, the officers give chase, their adrenaline pumping as they pursue the dangerous suspect. A high-stakes foot chase unfolds through the city streets. The officers keep a close eye on the suspect, determined to apprehend him. Unfortunately, during the pursuit, the officer had pushed the suspect and fell, suffering a serious head injury. The police recover a weapon at the scene, a chilling reminder of the danger the suspect posed to the community.
Hey, he's bleeding. He's bleeding. Stop! He's bleeding. He's bleeding. He's bleeding. Okay.
423 show on 411 job.
Hey. Hey.
423 got you on 411.
He's bleeding. Yeah. No, he tripped. Here, flip him over. Yeah. Stop, breathe, man. Come on, let me call him over. Yeah.
Hey, I don't even have to push him like that, bro.
No, you tripped.
No, he ain't tripping.
Yeah.
You pushed him. I watched.
All right, it's on video.
Don't worry about it.
Come on, dude.
I just watched.
I gotta flip him on this side. Flip him on this
He
side.
hit his head. What
I know.
Relax. Get back. Call him.
620. Come on, dude.
622, go ahead. We have one in custody. Royal ambulance. Hermitage. The west alley of Hermitage, 82nd.
Come on.
622 has one in custody in the west alley of 82nd and Hermitage. Is it related to the person with the gun call?
No, he's people outside.
622, we got you with.
Get back.
10-4.
Yeah, we got him. Come on, buddy. Come on.
Hey, he's having like a seizure.
He's having a seizure. Yes, I
610, I got you going up there. 2-3, check the being 7 out of King Job. Elderly male, black, like a brown sweater, jumping in front of the bus.
He threw the gun on top of on the roof, on the garage, over here. Has to be this white one. It's like a extended mag.
Is there any of this one or visible?
Watch out, brother. Alright, see it. Right here. Okay.
24, I'm going to drop this city bitch on violation on your marker again. Coded.
I got it right here. I see it.
Alright, get us on there, everything's still okay?
Alright, bro.
Make sure the dog's down there if you don't want to go sit in your gun.
Oh, the gate over.
You want to hold this gate?
Why don't you come down for a second?
Alright.
Alright, that works.
Switch on it, too. Okay.
Go ahead, switch in.
We're covered. Making it safe.
Unit over at 7 out of Merrill with additional crime.
Sadly, weeks later, the suspect succumbs to his injuries. The officer involved in the incident, who bravely risked their life to protect the public, remains on active duty, continuing to serve their community. One of hip-hop's brightest stars, Takeoff, was tragically killed in a shooting outside a bowling alley in Houston. Just hours before the fatal incident, he was seen at a local jewelry store, hanging out with his group and admiring some new bling.
We open late for you because that's a convenient that I always take care of them.
The store owner, Johnny Dang, a well-known figure in the hip-hop world, shared surveillance footage of Takeoff, Quavo, and their entourage visiting his shop. This footage offers a glimpse into the rapper's final moments before the tragic event.
He just sat right there on Monday night. Takeoff is the one, he's very, very quiet, so nice. I've been around with them so many times.
The shooting, which occurred outside a private party, sent shockwaves through the music industry. Despite extensive investigations, no arrests have been made in connection with the case. The tragic loss of Takeoff serves as a reminder of the dangers of weapon violence and the fragility of life.
Losing, lost one of the member like Takeoff is a very big loss.
In a heart-wrenching tragedy, a young Ohio mother's dark secret was exposed. Brittany Pilkington, consumed by jealousy and a troubled past, took the lives of her 3 innocent sons. It all began in August 2015 when a desperate 911 call alerted authorities to a lifeless 3-month-old baby Noah.
911, where's your emergency?
Yes, we have an emergency. Our little infant, he's not breathing at all.
Okay, can you start CPR?
Yes, my wife's trying. Keep going.
Who are we talking about? How old a patient?
He's 3 months.
Okay.
Okay, what happened prior to this?
I don't know. I just got home and I went to check my son, and he's cold.
He's cold to the touch?
He's cold to the touch, yes.
Okay, is she doing CPR? Is someone doing CPR?
Yes, my wife is, but I mean, geez.
720. What is your name, sir?
My name is Joseph Pilkington.
What is it?
Father. Joseph Pilkington.
Pilkington?
Pilkington.
Okay. Okay, I see that. Okay, I got that.
My son's name is Niall.
Okay, I have help on the way, sir. But I want to stay on the phone with you. Is anything happening with the CPR?
No.
Nothing's happening. Is she doing the CPR correctly?
Yes, she's still doing it. His lips are white.
His lips are white?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do 2 breaths and 30 compressions, okay?
2 breaths and 30 compressions.
Make sure the airway is clear. Tilt his head back, and you put them in the palm of your hand, like on your forearm, and push down in the middle of his chest with 2 fingers. Okay?
Keep going, honey. Keep going.
Is he crying or anything?
No. Niall, come on, baby. Keep going. Not too much.
Is anything happening? You want me to count with you?
Son, yeah, I hope the ambulance is on its way.
Yeah, they're on their way. The Bell Fountain Police Department sending the ambulance, okay?
Yeah.
What's your wife's name?
My wife's name is Brittany.
Okay, is she still doing the compressions? Is anything happening?
Yes. She's very pale.
Is that him?
That's my son, Gavin.
Oh, okay.
Let's go back in the other room now. Go. In the hospital.
All right, we'll keep the compressions going. Is he changing color or anything like that?
What?
Is he changing color or anything like that?
No, he's pale. He's white.
Okay, still do the compressions, okay?
Yeah.
The squad is already on their way, okay?
Yeah. Let's go back in here, please.
How's your wife doing?
My wife's name is Brittany helping.
How is she doing? Is the compressions helping or?
Doing it, ma'am, but his arms are purple now. Nothing. Has he got a pulse now? No. No pulse.
There is no pulse.
No pulse. He's got no pulse now.
Okay, we still need to keep the compressions. Don't stop doing the compressions.
Keep doing the compressions, honey. Keep pushing on his heart.
Now, you're not pushing on his heart. You're pushing in between his nipples.
Yeah, that's...
2 fingers.
Yeah.
Does she have them on her forearm? It's kind of easier to do it like that?
Ma'am. Oh, up here. Up here.
Okay, the squad's going to be there to help you, okay?
As investigators delved deeper, a horrifying pattern emerged. 2 other young lives, 4-year-old Gavin and 3-month-old Niall, had been tragically cut short under Brittany's care. Confronted with the evidence, Brittany confessed to the unthinkable. She admitted to smothering her own children, driven by twisted jealousy of the attention they received from their father, Joseph Pilkington. The story took a shocking turn when Joseph himself was implicated. He pleaded guilty to a sex crime, revealing a disturbing relationship with Brittany's mother before his marriage with Brittany. The couple's complex history, marked by abuse and manipulation, added layers of darkness to this already tragic tale. Brittany's lawyers argued that her troubled childhood, marked by lead poisoning and sexual exploitation, contributed to her mental state. However, her actions had irreversible consequences. In 2019, she accepted a plea deal, sentencing her to 37 years in prison for the murders of her 3 beloved sons. This heartbreaking case serves as a chilling reminder of the devastating impact of domestic abuse and mental illness. It's a stark warning that even the most innocent lives can be shattered by darkness. A young nursing student, Laken Raleigh, was out for a morning jog when she was brutally attacked and murdered. Now shocking surveillance video is emerging, shedding light on the terrifying moments leading up to the tragedy. The video shows the alleged killer, an undocumented immigrant named Jose Ibarra, lurking around a university apartment complex. He's seen peering into windows, scoping out potential targets. The footage then captures him near the jogging trail just moments before Lake and Riley ran by. The trial has revealed a chilling picture of a predator on the prowl. The suspect's actions, as seen in the video, paint a disturbing portrait of a man who is actively hunting for victims. The case has sparked intense debate about immigration and public safety. As the trial continues, the public awaits the verdict, hoping for justice for the young woman who lost her life. On March 13, 2023, police officers received a tip about a car connected to a murder case in Miami, Florida. Officer Beerman spotted the vehicle on Cobb Parkway and followed it to the Cumberland Mall parking lot. As more officers arrived, they tried to block the car in and arrest the driver, but the driver refused to cooperate and sped off, leading to a high-speed chase down Cobb Parkway. Officer Lindsay bravely put himself in harm's way and used a pit maneuver to stop the fleeing suspect's car. The entire chase was captured on camera by the Real-Time Crime Center. Once the car was stopped, officers carefully approached the suspect, who made a move towards his hip. Fortunately, he was unarmed and was taken into custody without further incident. In a heart-wrenching case that shocked the nation, a young boy's life was tragically cut short by the hands of his own father. In March 2017, Craig Smith, a resident of Birkenhead, dialed 999 in a panic, claiming that his 2-year-old son, Teddy Tistel, had swallowed bathwater and was unresponsive.
Ambulance, is the patient breathing?
No, he's not.
He's not breathing.
It's a little 2-year-old boy. He's just been in the bath. He's just swallowed water.
And he's not breathing?
He's not breathing. His eyes are open. He's not moving. No movement, no breathing.
Okay, what's the address of the emergency?
I'm trying. Come on, please. Come on.
Okay, how old is he?
He's 2.
He's 2?
Yeah. Come on, mate.
This is not delaying the help at all, okay?
I'm trying to breathe air into his lungs, and it's just...
Is he...
on the wheel.
Right,
he's
okay.
Just, his eyes not moving. He's
right, listen. I'm organising help for you now. Stay on the line. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do next, okay? And he's 2.
He's dead, as far as I can see. He's dead.
Okay, all right, listen to me. I'm going to tell you how to help him. Okay, the help's being arranged as I'm speaking to you, okay? Stay on the line with me.
Come on.
Are you right by him now?
I'm right by him.
Right, listen carefully. Lay him flat on his back on the ground.
Flat on his back.
Remove any pillows and then kneel next to him and look into his mouth for food or vomit.
I've cleared all food and vomit.
Is there anything in his mouth?
No.
No.
Not
Okay, now place your hand on his forehead, your other hand under his neck, and carefully tilt his head back. And then put your ear next to his mouth. Can you feel or hear any breathing?
It's just like bubbling.
Can you feel or hear any breathing?
No, it's air coming out.
Okay, I'm going to tell you how to give mouth to mouth. Pinch his nose closed and completely cover his mouth with your mouth. Then blow 2 regular breaths into his lungs, about 1 second each. Just enough to make his chest rise with each breath.
Right, okay. No. It's just the air.
Could you feel the air going in and out?
Yes, yeah.
You could. Okay, listen carefully. I'll tell you how to do chest compressions. Make sure he's flat on his back on the floor. Place the heel of your hand on the breastbone in the centre of his chest, right between the nipples.
Okay.
Push down 2 inches with only the heel of your hand touching his chest. Pump his chest hard and fast, at least twice a second. Let his chest come all the way up between pumps and tell me when you're done. Okay, count the compressions out loud.
1, 2.
Right, you need to be going at a rate of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Keep
You're still
going.
doing nothing.
You're doing really well. Just keep
1,
going.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right, now with your hand under his neck, pinch his nose closed and carefully tilt his head back again.
Yeah.
Give 2 more regular breaths and pump his chest 30 times more. Make sure the heel of your hand is on the breastbone in the centre of his chest, right between the nipples.
One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4.
Have you done the 2 more breaths?
Yeah, I've done 2 more breaths.
You've done the 2 more breaths, okay. So from now on, just keep giving him 2 breaths and then 30 pumps, 2 breaths and 30 pumps. Keep doing it until help arrives to take over. Tell me when you're right with him.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
You're doing really well. Keep going. Don't give up. This will keep him going till the ambulance crew arrives. Just keep repeating the cycle of 2 breaths and 30 pumps. 2 breaths and 30 pumps. Keep doing it until help can take over. Okay, tell me when they're right with you or if anything changes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Just keep doing the 2 breaths and the 30 pumps.
I can hear an ambulance now.
Okay, just keep going until they're right with you. Is there somebody in the house with you?
Well, no, just me and the other daughter.
Is she old enough to go and open the front door?
No, she's only 3. My missus is in hospital already with the other 2-year-old. She banged her head this morning.
Oh gosh, okay. Just you keep going until you hear them knocking.
Yeah, they're knocking now.
Okay, run and open the door as quickly as you can.
However, a thorough investigation by Liverpool police revealed a far more sinister truth. Instead of an actual drowning, Teddy has suffered horrific internal injuries caused by his father's brutal assault. The once innocent toddler had been subjected to a violent attack that left him with fatal wounds. The investigation also uncovered that Teddy's twin sister, Cassidy, had been hospitalized earlier that day for a serious head injury. The extent of the abuse inflicted upon these young children was truly shocking. As a result of his heinous crimes, Craig Smith was sentenced to a minimum of 17 years in prison for the murder of his son and the assault of his daughter. The children's mother, Ashley Willett, was also found guilty of child cruelty as Teddy had over 40 visible injuries, including an old brain bleed. She was also convicted of assaulting Cassidy in relation to the head injury. This tragic case serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of child abuse. It highlights the importance of protecting vulnerable children and holding those who harm them accountable for their actions. In a shocking turn of events, Virginia McCullough confessed to a horrifying crime. She admitted to murdering her own parents, Lois and John, and then hiding their bodies in their home for over 4 years. Police stormed the home in Essex, England in September 2023. The moment they entered, Virginia immediately confessed to the gruesome murders.
No one in here at the moment. Hold on. The police. Got it.
Stay where you are.
Stay where you are.
Show me
Stay where you are. Show your hands. Yeah.
Jenny?
Yep.
Jenny?
Cool. Time is 12:12. You're under arrest on suspicion of murder against Jonathan McCulloch and Lars McCulloch.
Yeah,
Okay?
okay.
You don't have to say anything, but it may harm defence. If you do
No,
not
I just
mention
take my coffee.
when questioned, so much like to report anything you do so have the evidence. Okay?
Alright, your arrest is necessary for a prompt.
She calmly explained how she poisoned her father and then bludgeoned and stabbed her mother.
Can you explain it to us, please? Because we're trying to preserve this. It's now going to be seen, so we need to preserve this the best we can. So I don't want you to have you walking up there, all right? Because that's for your well-being as well as ours.
Oh, no, up.
Okay. So where will we find your mum? Where will we find your mum?
Okay, so upstairs there are about 5 wardrobes.
Yep.
It's behind the bed, at the back, next to the sink. That's the second one. I slipped 5 of those into his drink. There were about 2 or 3 drinks that I brought downstairs. And yeah, they were basically, he didn't drink all of them. He only drank probably about half of 2. But yeah, when I went in the morning, this was before my mother. When I went in the morning, early hours, I got up about half an hour early, about 6 o'clock in the morning. Came in and he was gone. He was gone.
Okay. It's up to you if you want to talk.
Yeah,
But the thing is, purpose of your arrest is for a prompt, effective investigation, as well as by questioning you. So I've written this, please. I, Virginia McCulloch, have informed Police Constables 77329 Brown and 79387 Bowers after entering my house on Friday the 15th September 2023 that I murdered my father, John McCulloch, who was stated was under a bed in the rear ground floor of the house, and my mother upstairs in a cupboard next to the sink.
Wardrobe. It's a double wardrobe.
Right, okay, I've written
Double
cupboard.
wardrobe. It's like 4 wardrobe doors, but it's the one nearest the sink. Double wardrobe.
The cupboard.
Yeah.
What's significant as I've written down there here now, I've just read out to you. Are you happy to sign that, to say that's a true account?
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
100% evil, but we all, yeah.
I'm not going to comment on anything. It's not my job to comment on it, okay? Because I've got to be impartial with everything, okay? So I'm not going to give any comments.
No, well, I mean, I deserve to obviously get whatever's coming sentence-wise, because that's the right thing to do. And that might give me a bit of peace. Also in the handbag as well, there's, and again, because you're probably going to need to know about it, there's a card in there, card one money. And that's a bank card where there's a lot of transactions that have taken place over the last few years.
What?
From money that pertains to my parents. So, murder weapon is upstairs in the toilet room, kitchen knife. It's in the middle of the brown carpet, against the wall, opposite the shelves. So there are 2 long white shelves. So opposite where that wall is, that's where the knife is. So next bit is very hard to talk about. That's probably the most grisly detail. So on the ground floor, underneath the stairs, there's a few like storage boxes and things. And in the middle, I think it's in one of the boxes.
The pandemic, ironically, may have helped Virginia cover her tracks. She used various excuses to explain her parents' absence, such as illness and extended trips. This chilling case highlights the depths of human depravity. Virginia's cold-blooded actions and her ability to live with the bodies of her parents for years are truly disturbing. She will now face the consequences of her heinous crimes, spending the rest of her life behind bars. Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, friends.